It's you know, it just
Stop it. Stop thinking.
I think it was just a case of they needed something because they fucked themselves up real bad, and they needed something to distract everyone
Oh.
from their fuck up. So
All right.
yeah, so here's what's going on. Somebody figured out. Oh, it says we're live, but I'm not finding our stream. Oh, there we go. So YouTube did not do their due diligence. Oh, there we go. So they, YouTube, what do you call it? They had advertising running on third-party sites. So YouTube, and on those third-party sites, the ads would the videos would autoplay, but they're just embedded players that no one was ever paying attention to. You know what I mean? So, like you know, you open up a web page and you're reading like through an article or something, and there's like a fucking YouTube video playing. You know, it's automatically muted. It plays on its own. The ad starts. We don't pay any attention to it. Well, they were charging the advertisers like that was on YouTube's homepage. So the advertisers were paying full price, and that was not. Yeah, and it's something like, and it's a fucking lot. A lot of fucking money they made off of that, doing it illegally, essentially, or in direct violation of their contract. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lawsuit, a brewing, where a lot of these companies get together and say, "Hey, we're gonna need that money back, motherfucker." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's why they decided to drop the ad block now.
Fucking disregarded the contract.
Yeah, I think that's why they went after ad block now. Is because they were like, we need something to make people not look over in that corner because that might fuck us. Sort of like how
I feel like that's not going to distract the ad people that are going to sue them. I feel like maybe the rest of us
people from getting involved with it. So hopefully, like, you know, like it's one of those things where the more people are involved, the more likely it's going to gain popular like support. More likely that the resulting case is going to settle for a lot more against YouTube.
No, yeah, I gotcha.
I mean? So they want to distract because the less people are paying attention, the less money they're going to have to pay. But that do be what's going on. At least in my opinion, I could be wrong about that. I don't know. You know, I'm not on their board, but that just seems to make sense. It's like we're starting to hear the rumblings of white lung pneumonia now coming out of China, and you know, Republicans are trying to close the borders because, you know, that's what you fucking do to prevent that sort of illness from getting over here. And China's obviously not doing anything to control it because it's better for their economic interests if it goes everywhere. And they're probably doing it intentionally because they're probably collecting a bunch of money from all the companies that profit off of these things. But I'm sure just in time for 2024 elections, there's going to be an outbreak of white lung, and we all have to lock down, but only for a couple weeks.
Yeah, mail-in ballot.
So that they can
just through the election,
ballot harvest everything, and run the same scam as they did the last time, 2020. So it's you know, that's what we're looking forward to this year, at least. That's my guess as to the dodge that they used to manipulate the election again. What do you think?
Yeah,
Does it sound good? I mean,
that sounds pretty solid.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it worked for him last time, so yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. We go back to the same playbook.
Like, oh, they're gonna do this, and this, and the other thing, and it's gonna be so fucking, you know, easy. It's not gonna work, and we're gonna win the elections this time around. Yeah, bullshit. Like, if they gave a fuck about the elections, you know, like, we would have seen a lot more effort to look better by now. They don't give a shit about the elections because they know that it doesn't matter what people vote for, they're going to win regardless, you know?
Yeah, they've gotten it down to a science, man.
Well, I think they just have an incredible amount of disdain for us. Like, they don't think that people are smart enough to figure out that it keeps happening. So I think they're probably going to win.
Yeah, or not even that. Yeah, not whether we're smart enough doesn't really matter to them. I think the fact that we don't do anything about it.
Yeah. There's no.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us know what happened. Yeah, nothing fucking happened. Biden still fucking got in. Fucking.
I think it's just people are still counting on Republicans. Like, no, Republicans will save us because they keep pretending that they're going to do stuff, and they keep like somebody convincing will come out every couple of months and be like, no, guys, I got this. I'm leading the charge. We're gonna fucking win. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Neither side really does anything they say they're going.
Yeah. The left says they're gonna help out the poor people, and then they keep fucking them, and just raping them over and over. Man, I don't know, man. It's getting kind of crazy. I'm wondering how much longer it's going to go before people are, like, willing to, like, step up and do what has to be done.
I feel like it's going to have to be...
Oh, you're starting to break up on me, I think, because you just cut out.
God damn it. Alright, am I through or no?
You're roboting for me, so I'm getting a little bit. I'm getting a little bit here and there, but not a whole lot.
Alright, hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. Is it still doing it?
No, I can hear you now.
Yeah? Okay, I'm gonna disconnect and come back. Alright. We'll see how long this lasts. So, I'm saying that it's probably going to have to be a lot more blatant. There's got to be a lot less people willing to fucking...
Well, the one that got me was the fucking one in your state, honestly. Like, in Arizona.
Fucking disaster.
The governor thing in Arizona where, like, the fucking bitch who counts the votes won? Like, are we really going to believe this shit over the person who was, like, ahead in the polls by, like, 50 fucking %? Like... I mean, I'm being a little exaggerative here, but, like, there's no way that the one who won with any sort of fair election. Like, there's just not possible. Like, the polls are never that far off.
Yeah, well, the three previous Senate elections are the same thing.
Yeah, and it was such a surprise that the lady who's running all the votes counting is a Democrat, and she wins their own vote. It's like those fucking traffic courts in Louisiana where the mayor gets to be the fucking judge, I'm the judge and the mayor, and I say you owe me money. It's like, fucking what?
Yeah, sure.
Like, how does that even make any sense? Like, you should
this is 90% of our income.
You should be able to take that fine and go immediately to the next level of court and have it, like, dismissed without any sort of, like, a trial at all. Like, you should just have to, like, they should just have a fucking booth where they're like, did this little fucking city try to rip you the fuck off? All right, we'll go to the next level up court, go to the clerk, and she'll fucking stamp it and it'll go away. Because we know it's bullshit and they don't get to take your money. Like, that should be that simple to get done.
Yeah,
because
dude.
Nobody fucking doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, and the fact that I assume it's not a law, but it's like a guideline where if more than 10% of your income is from traffic tickets, you're not supposed to be able to do the mayor's court. And literally only 10% of that place wasn't from traffic. It was literally It was literally the reverse of that. 90% of their income.
It was inverted entirely. It was fucking insane. The numbers are crazy.
Yeah, so it's literally the reverse. Literally 90% of the income is from that. when it's not supposed to be more than 10. Yeah. So, unfucking real.
Oh, do you see? Well, you probably didn't watch because I posted the video like last night, this morning, sort of thing. Let's see what it was. It was the Beverly Hills Cop. There's apparently going to be like a Beverly Hills Cop show or movie coming out on Netflix soon. So you know they're like Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, with fucking Eddie Murphy. And it looks like all the cast from the last one. The terrible Disney ripoff one.
Jesus.
I forget what it is. It's like Beverly Hills Cop 3 something or other. Like there's another term after the 3.
Yeah,
I just don't remember what the exact name is. Yeah, it's a silly one. But it's got Eddie Murphy looking like he has done some sort of surgery or hair dye stuff, and I imagine it's probably CGI trying to make him look young, but he just looks puffy instead, like puffy and swollen. Like his head.
They're trying to make him look like fucking like Axel Foley from the fucking 80s.
Yeah, like Christ. They were trying to make it, but like everybody else still looks super old. Like they've even got the guy that calls him Aquel or whatever, Aquel Foley. He wants to make him a coffee or whatever. They got all the people from fucking a bunch of the movies and stuff decided to come back and do it. And I imagine like they were like, you want me to go back? Fine, fucking I'll take your money, sure. You're gonna fucking no one's gonna watch, but I'll take your fucking money.
The guy from Perfect Strangers.
Blocky from Perfect Strangers. Yeah. Yep, that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
He's in there. They had and they have Judge Reinhardt from all 3 movies. I think, and then since they didn't keep the guy from the first movie or the second movie, they got a weird guy in the third movie. Like he's a totally different guy in the third movie. The grumpy cop, they replaced him. They got that guy from the third movie.
Nolte, right? Was it Nick Nolte, or am I mistaken?
No, it's not Nick Nolte. I don't think so. I could be wrong. No, I don't know his name.
No, I think that was the 48 Hours movies. Was Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy? Yeah, okay, I'm confusing it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't remember the actor's name, so I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I'm like 90% sure I'm thinking of the 48 Hours movies where Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. So yeah, never mind. But anyways, I guess that guy's done well financially if he's not coming back to this fucking...
Hector Elizondo is the guy that played the grumpy cop that was just ready to retire.
All right.
And then Serge Bronson Pincott is the guy that played Blocky. Pinchot.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember the fucking. It was actually a pretty funny joke because he was talking to him and they're like, "My name is Serge. You guys pronounce it Surge and make it sound like a laundry detergent."
Yeah. I think my favorite other character besides Eddie Murphy in those movies is Reinhold. Like, there's a lot of really good characters throughout the movies, but, like, those two are really the ones selling the whole thing, I think. Reinhold really played that sort of space Reinhold. Case, California dummy kind of guy really, really well. Fairly accurately, too. Like, there's a lot of fucking airheads like that in California.
Right. Yeah, because, like, Axel Foley's supposed to be from, like, Detroit, right? I'm pretty sure he was wearing, like, a Lions jacket. Yep. In one of the movies. Yeah, he's like in Detroit and ended up in Beverly Hills for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, so in the first movie, his buddy gets murdered. He has to go solve the murder, and the murderers are in Beverly Hills because his buddy was staying in Beverly Hills working as a security guard. And he stole some bonds from the fucking smugglers, which was dumb as fuck. But they came and shot him and then knocked Eddie Murphy out and left him with his dead buddy in a hallway. And then in the second one, the captain from Beverly Hills that that helped him out, gets shot. And there's these crimes going on, these alphabet robberies. that are unsolvable.
Like
so
he
goes down to like solve the alphabet robbery and to like avenge the attacking of that captain. Try to like find out the people that tried to kill him. And then the third.
I actually remember the fucking. Yeah, nobody cares about the third one, dude.
I'm just saying. And the third one, he's trying to bust up a chop shop, and these fucking crazy goons come in and kill all the people in the chop shop, and end up also killing his boss from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing his boss says to him as he's dying in his arms is, "What are you sitting around for? Go get that motherfucker." Right? And so he's like, he's got to go down and, clean some fucking house because his boss told him to get that motherfucker. So he has to go down and find the killers and get them in Beverly Hills again. And God only knows what the fucking show is going to use because they've really run out of anything even remotely possible. Like, at this point, it's just like, he just won't fucking leave Beverly Hills. He just keeps coming back and fucking destroying shit. Like...
Yeah, he needs to tell... Yeah, he needs to stay out, and he needs to tell anybody associated with him, stay out of the Beverly Hills area.
Yeah, just don't
go anywhere near
wherever
Beverly
you go.
Hills.
Go to New York. Go to fucking Miami. Check out the Twin Cities.
Yeah, just avoid LA altogether.
Yeah, just stay the fuck out of California.
Yeah, just
don't
avoid
go near Los Angeles. It's better not even to go to San Diego. Just don't even go close. Stay away from there.
Yeah. Just avoid the whole state altogether.
Yeah, if you can just stay.
San Diego's a little too close.
I don't want you to die. I don't want to have to avenge you. It's like the Die Hard movies. I forget what number we're on now, but it's like some absurd amount of Die Hard movies. Like
Die Hard with a Vengeancer.
At a certain point, wouldn't that dude just be like the fucking destroyed shell of a man? Like just fucking jumping at his own shadow all the time. Everywhere he goes, just constantly like in a fucking state of anxiety and concern over, is someone going to try to shoot him here too? Because it just fucking won't stop,
I wouldn't leave the house, dude. I would be like, you put me on disability or whatever, but I'm not leaving my house ever fucking again.
Yeah, like every time I go somewhere, somebody tries to fucking murder me and all sorts of other people. That'd be a horrible life.
Dude. Yeah, they should have one that's just at like a fucking friend's Christmas party at a house somewhere.
Yeah.
That would be fucking brilliant. Stop going to places where people might want to rob the fucking thing.
Like he goes to a movie, he goes to his buddy's barbecue, like his neighbor's barbecue. And all the fucking people that he's killed, the big bad guys, all their little brothers get together and decide to go after him and get revenge that time.
Yeah.
That'll be
the second one was like a revenge thing.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of fucking younger
Hans
brothers.
Gruber was the first one?
Hans Gruber was the first bad guy.
Just constantly going for revenge.
I forget what the second guy, was that the third guy's name? Because the second one was at an airport, and that wasn't the revenge for the brother. And the first one, because it's just genuinely a fun, interesting movie, and it'll keep you going, excited the whole time. There's always something cool going on in it. And the third one, because it's just so fucking goofy with Samuel Jackson and the Mad Bomber shit. It's such a goofy, silly bullshit like premise and stuff that it's
another one where he had to have the sign that said like "I hate niggers" and he had to walk around like
Harlem or something. You're gonna go down to Bronx. You're gonna go down to or Brooklyn or something. Brooklyn or the Bronx, one of the two. I can't remember which. And then fucking Samuel L. Jackson plays Zeus. That's his fucking name. Did you know that?
Character's name?
The character's name in that.
I didn't remember it.
A character named Zeus.
Like the fucking wrestling guy?
Zeus, like the Greek god. Or the Roman god.
I get it. But I'm saying there was a fucking black wrestler guy that was like character.
No. They actually have a bit of dialogue between him and Bruce where he tells Bruce Willis his name. John McClane or whatever, fucking what I'm talking about. Where he tells, Zeus tells John McClane his name, and John McClane goes, "What, like the fucking Roman god?" And he's like, "Yes, like the Roman god. What, you got a problem with that?" And John McClane's like, "Oh, I see your parents thought mighty highly of you." Like they were like,
all right.
Gives him shit. Okay,
yeah, Zeus, the wrestler, was the guy that played Debo in the first Friday movie. The big fucking.
Oh, is that
that's
guy
the guy.
Zeus?
He was a wrestler guy.
Oh, okay.
It was his character. His character in the wrestling before he was in the movies or whatever.
That's pretty cool. I like that idea. That's kind of cool. But no, it wasn't in regards to the wrestler that specifically says in the movie. It was in regards to the god.
Yeah. So, it would be funnier if it was the wrestler, dude. That would have been way funnier if it was the wrestler.
That would work, but like, which came first? When was the wrestler? When was that dude wrestling? Like, what year was he wrestling? And what year did the movie come out? So I don't know if they.
Zeus. That's where the guy that played Debo in Friday or whatever. That's where he got his start.
No, I get that, but all I'm saying is, did Friday come out before or after?
No, way after.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Zeus. This was like back in like the '90s, like maybe even the '80s. Yeah, so again, he was Zeus way before he appeared in Friday. So I've got to think that he was.
I'm saying, like, when did his career
Zeus
start
before.
Versus when did the movies come out? I genuinely think.
Yeah, no, I think both of them were after. Yeah, I would have to get. I'll double check it. Yeah, he would have to be Zeus before that. The Die Hard movie with Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, Zeus is in way before that, dude. I've got to think. I'm double checking it, but let me see. Zeus. So yeah, wasted opportunity.
First appeared in Zeus in 1989. It could have been a reference, maybe even though in the movie specifically they actually say it's for the god. That could be the motivation.
Yeah,
that's always a possibility. Like the director just was a fan of that wrestler and decided to use his name, but didn't want to have to pay him for the fucking name. So he's like, "Yeah, like the Roman god, motherfucker." That's why they talk about it in the movie as the Roman god, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to get in trouble for it.
Like that was the actual reason. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, the wrestler was absolutely the inspiration for the name, but they're like, that's not the. If we're going to get sued by either party, it will probably be the wrestler guy and not the Roman god. So let's say it's about the Roman god and not the wrestler.
Then they just don't have to worry about a lawsuit at all. Yeah, exactly. Then they're like, well, you can call anybody you want Zeus from the Roman god, and they can't complain. But that's actually not uncommon. There's a lot of films where like everybody, like the director or the writer will just be like, well, I needed names, so I just took all the names of my family and then gave one of their names to each character by random chance, like shit like that. Or they're like, I wanted a good name for the villain, and so I thought about my high school bully and used his name, his first name, like that kind of shit. Or the I wanted this lady who's gonna get horribly murdered to have my ex's name, That shit happens in film.
Yeah. All right. I don't know why. Yeah. I don't know why it's reminded me of this, but in Cheers, Norm came up with this fake boss guy because he, couldn't lay down the law himself, so he made this boss guy that was supposed to be an asshole to get everybody actually working. And they're like, well, where'd you come up with the name? The last name was like Kreitzer or something, whatever the fuck it was. And they're like, was that like a childhood bully or whatever? And he's like, no, it's my wife's maiden name. Yeah, I don't know if you remember Cheers, but
I don't remember that. That's clever. That's my wife's maiden name. Ooh, stinger. Man.
So yeah, that just reminded me of that for some fucking reason.
Oh, did you? I know you probably didn't watch the other one either, but the guy that managed to, like, because like there's like a big problem with people squatting, and it's actually getting worse. Like, where they'll go and squat in properties and just refuse to pay rent and refuse to move out and just make it last for fucking months and the sometimes even years and stuff, and the cops are just fucking useless. Well, this guy managed to get the squatters out inside of like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I watched that actually just a little bit ago. I was trying to do my homework before the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like, no, he drew up a deed and listed me as the legal tenant, and I went in there and squatted on the squatters.
Because the leaser, the person who's leasing, has more rights than the person who actually owns the property. So by leasing it from his mom, he changed the whole way the system was working in his favor. I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Makes me wonder if, because I've been talking to my mom, my mom, she's getting older, and we got to start thinking about what do we do when she passes on. I've been talking to her about like, hey, you gotta put the house in my name. You gotta I gotta get signed on to all of these accounts and all of this stuff. You gotta put me down as one of the people who has access and who can assume ownership of it, because it'll avoid paying a lot of the taxes that way. If I already own it, they can't tax me on something I already own. So that sort of like saves me a little bit, or probably a substantial amount of money. And she's kind of hemming and hawing about it, but hopefully we'll be getting it done over the next year. Just so that I'm on it all.
The concept
I know where everything is. I know where all the money is and where all the property and everything is. So.
The concept of inheritance tax is
dirty. It's fucking dirty is what it is.
Fucking ridiculous, dude.
Is it not? Because that person paid taxes.
It's like, surely that money was taxed already.
That money.
Yeah.
And, they paid money on the interest that saving that money got them. Like, they paid taxes on that 6 ways from Sunday already. And now you're going to take more taxes because somebody died? Like what a fucking dirty, nasty fucking thing to do.
Yeah, it's really fucking disgusting.
Well, it's like there's a
lot of these.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, these things have been a problem for a while. Not forget the inheritance thing. That's obviously bullshit. But like the squatter thing has been a problem long enough. I feel that there should be laws enacted by now to prevent that shit. You know what I mean? Like, somebody can literally squat in. They're like, well, they got furniture in here.
Well, you just repeal the laws
they have furniture.
And allow them
what
to take
do you want us to do?
We can't evict somebody fucking property.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you squat for long enough, I think it's like 10 years, but if you squat for long enough, you could just fucking take their house. You know what I mean? Like, it's a long time.
Yeah.
But like, that's the thing I'm concerned about with this situation with my aunt is I want to get these fucking garbage out of the fucking duplex on the other side, get them out. Because the longer they're there, the more of a right they have to own that fucking house, because my stupid fucking cunt of an aunt won't charge them rent. And that's the problem. Because it's not just that they get to fucking live there for free. If she does that shit long enough, they can just go to a courthouse, file some paperwork, and walk away owning the whole fucking place. So I want to make sure they don't get that chance. That's why I want to get.
I was thinking I should have, Yeah, while I was in the area, I should have done some kind of fucking crime to get them out somehow for you.
If I really wanted that kind of thing done, I'd take care of it myself.
Yeah, well, but you'd be under suspicion. You're right,
I can't even walk. No one would think it was me.
I was thinking since I was there, I could do some shit.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. It's, like, at the end of the day, I'd rather do it legally first. That's my preference. Like legitimately.
Yeah.
Not that, nothing I would say on YouTube. Well, we'll just say that. What was it? There wasn't a case I heard.
Yeah, you let me know, though.
There was a case I heard, now that we've talked about it on YouTube. Yeah, good plan. There was a case I heard that was wacky, was this guy's bitch neighbor built a goat pen on his property, and he didn't realize because she was sneaky about it, and had very slowly encroached onto his property over the course of many years before she took it. And I was like, see, what he should have done the second he figured it out was wait for her to go, make friends. Wait for her to go somewhere on vacation or something like that. And then round up and have all the goats slaughtered somewhere. And, then he gets all that nice goat meat. And tear down the pen and put something of his own up there. So, get to know her sooner or later. She's bound to go visit somebody somewhere for a week or something, or go camping, or go stay and visit her kids or something. That's when you fucking snatch your property back. Right. She comes back, you've got a nice deck with a little grill on the end. What's she gonna fucking say? It's your property. She can say all the bullshit she wants. If you're actually occupying it and you have the license, the deed to prove it's yours, there's nothing she can do. Because at that point,
indeed,
it'd be virtually impossible for her to legally prove at any point in the court that was, her goats or anything like that. And as long as you take them far enough away to get them slaughtered, there's no way she's ever going to figure out where you did it. So you call a brother who lives out of state who wants a lot of goat meat, and you fucking say, hey, you should bring down this fucking truck, and you'll have enough meat to last you for the next couple of years for the price of renting this truck, and I'll pay for the slaughtering down here, and all that kind of shit in cash, give you some cash money to pay for it. And, hey, that's an easy problem to solve.
You got to get... you got to get as devious or more devious than fucking the people fucking with you.
Yep.
Fuck playing by the rules, dude.
See, that's my thing. As soon as I found out somebody was trying to squat like that, the last thing I would bother with is going through the courts. I would figure out a way to get them out way before then. Or
that almost gives it legitimacy.
They might just run away in the middle of the night somewhere, and no one will know where they went. For worst case scenario.
Yeah.
People take off in the middle of the night and go places all the time. My aunt was married to a guy who was in the mafia once for a couple of months. And, he had this really, really nice fucking, what was it? It was a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. It was something like that. Like a really, really nice fucking, really expensive sports car. And one night in the middle of the night, he just got in his sports car and disappeared, apparently. We don't ask any questions.
Yeah, nothing suspicious about that.
Nobody asked any questions. Nobody did any investigating. Everybody was just like, yeah, we're just going to fucking leave that alone. Because, you know what? We fucking know better. And she wasn't that in love with them anyway.
Threw him in the foundation.
Marrying people.
They threw him in the foundation of the local stadium and fucking covered his ass in concrete.
So wouldn't be surprised if I have a relative in one of the fucking parking garages foundations around here. Because at the time, that probably would have been the things that were being built that were the most likely for that particular use.
Those were what was that? I think it was Jimmy Hoffa. Those are the rumors. I think it was the old Giant Stadium. Literally, they fucking took him out and just buried him in the concrete under the Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands.
Yep. Well, he was fucking with people's money. That's what happens. People with lots of money can afford people to do dirty, nasty shit. If you're gonna do that, you better fucking watch your back. You can't fucking just hope that it's all gonna work out, be hunky dory without.
Yeah, don't get greedy.
Well, without you being hurt, don't be stupid. If you piss off people who can afford to have you hurt really easily, they'll be aware.
Yeah.
It's like the guy on the plane with Mike Tyson who was sitting there fucking with Mike Tyson. It's like, you fucked with Mike Tyson for a good 10, 15 minutes before he started punching you. I think he had plenty of restraint, you dumb fuck. Like nobody's on your side.
Yeah.
That's why nobody cares about Jimmy Hoffa being killed by the mafia, because you were fucking with the mafia and you didn't have protection. Like, you should have had fucking armed guards, you fucking schmuck. You know, like, yeah, the mafia can be, you can protect yourself from them if you absolutely, are willing to do it, but not having any sort of security, that's just
dumb.
Cost
you a lot. Yeah, you hire a bunch of non-Italian fucking watch your back 24/7. That's the only way.
You make a deal with the fucking cartel or something. Like, hey, you encroach on their territory, we'll help you out. You keep me safe. You get a chunk of territory, I don't die, everybody wins.
Yeah. Yeah, mutually beneficial.
Yep. And everybody wins in that case. Okay, did you watch the cop one?
No, I started to, but
okay,
no.
So that one's actually interesting. That one I thought was, I think a lot of people had a really bad take on that. So the lady just walked out in front of the cop while he was going down the road at like 70 with sirens, and she had plenty of time to not. She looked over and then ran in front of the car. Like, she had more than enough time to run the other way, so it was all her fault. No question about it. She's just some dumb fucking 26, 27-year-old college student, got fucking plastered. And it's unfortunate, but, like, shit happens. And she'd been walking around with her fucking headphones on, paying no attention. And then, you can't walk around the city like that. You gotta pee, you gotta have your fucking, like, that's one of those things that gets me about those people that with the headphones on all the time. When they're, like, jogging or walking or something like that in the city. It's like,
I'll give it a shot.
You can't do that. You gotta fucking go. You gotta fucking be aware of your surroundings. You can't do that. So, and then the guy was proven to be totally sober and doing what he's supposed to be doing. So, like, that part about it is totally fine. Nobody's blaming the guy for hitting the girl. In fact, when you watch the video, it's really fucking sad because he just starts fucking bawling. The guy. Because he just fucking killed some poor girl without any intention of doing so. So it's not like he is destroyed by that, right? But then later on, there's these two other people who work for one for the police union and one for the police station and the police union. And they're talking about it, and he's doing the typical dark humor shit. I think he was saying, like, essentially they were talking about, like, what do you even do? And the guy's like, I mean, we cut a check to the family, so, low value or whatever like that. And they were making jokes, and I get it that that's not cool, but they were having a private conversation. They weren't doing that in public. Right. It should never have been released to the public. Whoever fucking releases it to the public needs to be fired. Needs to be fired, and he needs to pay that guy a lot of fucking money for exposing a private conversation that he had no business exposing. Or she, whoever, if it was a girl. I don't know who done that. But, like, it's one of those things where it's like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you don't rat people like that. That's shitty. But so it is kind of sad. It's one of those things. But yeah, everybody was like, oh, he's a fucking monster. And it's like, no, he's just trying to fucking deal with a miserable situation the best way he can. Like, I get why people would be upset with that. Yeah, it's dark humor. I'm
not surprised a cop, is going to have a fucked up sense of humor.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised that when confronted with a really sad, shitty situation like that they're not going to resort to that dark sense of humor to fucking make it easier to handle. Because if you didn't choose to completely ignore what happened, like the all the other stuff, like the fact that they were talking about, like, well, there's really no way to compensate anybody for the loss of their kid. This is horrible. Like, yeah, they were making jokes and they were laughing, but they were also, they were being pretty reasonable when it comes to, like, yeah, this is a miserable situation that there's just no solving. Like, it's how horrible is this? There's no way to make it better.
Oh shit! Got the volumes on here. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I just thought that was kind of a wacky one, and I would share it because it was pretty sad.
Yeah. No, it's damn sidewalk. You got headphones on. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like those lights, the way they flash, not even just the black and white, but they're fucking headlights alternate and do weird shit. Like, how do you see all that? And you're like, oh, I'd better hurry up and run
into the
across
middle of the
instead
fucking
of staying
road.
here on the.
Yeah, gotta run out into the middle of the road. That's the best choice.
Yeah. She panicked and did something incredibly fucking stupid.
And it's sad, and everybody,
everybody
agrees that it's a sad and unfortunate thing, but that it's nobody's like, nobody alive needs to be punished, essentially. So I think this is just misplaced aggression, where they're like, we done goofed and we fucked ourselves, and so now we need to we need to punish somebody because we're unhappy with how
because they made a fucking shitty comment.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's very frustrating in that
because they made a shitty comment about some stupid bitch.
Yep. I feel bad for the guy because it's just he shouldn't be getting in all this trouble.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid.
Sorry, just a little bit.
Yeah. Do you know who Grace Randolph is?
Please deposit supplies below. We'll carry them for you.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, it's for the best, dude. Yeah, I had never become aware of her, but apparently she's a fairly well-known movie reviewer or whatever, general fucking entertainment. I was looking at it. She has almost a million fucking followers, subscribers on YouTube, and
Candle Hallow's tombstones.
Bitch is fucking retarded. Like, why is anybody listening to her? Well, I won't bother with it, especially if you don't know who she is, dude. Consider yourself lucky, is all I'll say.
One of those things where you're like, wow, you're so much better off not having to deal with this cunt in your life and knowing about her at all.
I am envious. I was going to post something about it last night, and I'm like, forget I mentioned her. You're better off.
Man. Oh, did you see the fucking... what was with the most disliked thing? They're the most unliked celebrities, Meghan Markle, Amber Heard.
Yeah. Oh, there was some... right. Yeah, so, Meghan Markle... Amber Heard. Yeah, I was like, Zegler's got to be third, right? Or maybe it was done before. No, she's been around long enough. Yeah, I don't know who was third, but I would have to think Zegler's up there. And now, I was because I was kind of saying, I'm like, well, she's just a horrible person. She hasn't really been proven to be dishonest, and it also hasn't gone out of their way to try to deliberately ruin. A person's life or a royal family's life or, whatever. She's kept it pretty vague.
Just settling a debt between friends.
She's just generally an awful person. But literally a day or two, very recently, they came out with that video of her and the bitch that played home. It's something like Halle Berry, but it's not Halle Berry. But anyways... Yeah, she's mostly just been doubling down saying, oh, it's racism and fucking misogyny, that's why. It's not the fact that I'm a horrible fucking person.
Yeah. No shortage of
now
those
she's
around.
now she's proven to be pretty dishonest, which isn't that surprising. Because now, like, there was no, the movie, the original one it was in. You're like, you've already said you hated it, and that the prince was a stalker in the original one, and it's just full of shit, which is not surprising. But I found it out that they didn't mention her in there because she's pretty well reviled by almost everybody as well.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all.
if we could just get rid of all of these celebrities, that'd be great. Oh, so
yeah, Brie Larson was down in the 70s. Yeah, good for Brie Larson. She was down in like 73rd.
This
or something like
still
that.
bears the dust from its
I challenge you to make it through the film Lady Ballers.
Unwanted in life. Welcome.
If you think you got what it takes.
Yeah, I probably should have to, since I'm the one that made you aware of it. That should be my penance. That should be my fucking punishment.
It's especially
I should have to watch that shitty
egregious
movie.
that, like, every point they make in the film, right? Like, to try to get, like, the morality fight, because it's a morality play. I think we all knew that was going to be the case.
Yeah, not a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. No one's shocked there. They don't actually, like, show anything. They just say it all the time. So it's all done in dialogue. It took me a minute to figure out that that's what they were doing. Like they don't actually
instead of like finding some clever way to work it in, they're just like, here, say this for no fucking reason.
So like, we've suddenly realized why, this doesn't work. Blah blah blah. It doesn't work because this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah. And then instead of showing it, you know what I mean? Like, because all you have to do is, like, don't have his daughter talk about, like, how she's beaten by all the boys, get beat by all the boys in school. Show a montage of her trying to compete in sports and little boys that are saying that they're girls beating her in every one of the sports that she tries to do in school. Like, that's how you do that in a movie. But instead they just had her talk about it because it's cheaper. And it's like, that would have been more expensive to do, but not that much more expensive when you're talking about, like, the... you
don't have to pay, like, essentially extras, a little more money. Yeah.
Exactly.
To shoot a quick montage.
It's worth it to make the movie
fucking hammer it in there
tolerable.
With dialogue.
Yeah, and so basically, like, every time they tried to make any sort of moral point, it was just somebody saying it in the film. And then, like, the big comedy thing was fucking Matt Walsh plays a hippie. Ooh. And let me tell you, Matt Walsh really, really fucking can't act.
Yeah. Well, he acts like a fucking Christian. That's about the extent of it. He's pretty good at that act.
Point at which
He's been doing that quite some time.
Yeah, there's never any point at which you're like watching it going like, oh wow, he's really inhabiting this character. You're like, oh, that's Matt Walsh. And he's just talking, like, pretending to be a hippie in the worst way.
Yeah. Like, I'm very aware that this guy is acting like a hippie. Not that I'm watching a movie and there's a hippie character in it.
Don't mind if I do.
I gotta find that. There's a Family Guy clip, dude, of him at, like, a kid's fucking play. I assume it was like Stewie's or whatever, but like literally as the play is going on, he's like, "You guys are not drawing me into this play at all." He's like, "I'm just saying, I'm very aware that I'm watching a play right now." It just says that to a bunch of kids at a fucking school play.
See, and that's like a funny thing. Like, that actually works.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not surprising, like you said. Anything coming out of the Daily Wire is going to be grifting fucking bullshit, in my opinion. It kind of sucks because, like, Matt Walsh is just a fucking, you know, a Christian grifter, basically. But, like, Michael Knowles and Andrew Klavan could actually be pretty likable if they weren't where they are and having to fucking say and do the shit they have to because of where, you know, being part of the Daily Wire. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate.
But it is what it is. That was just an awful film. Yeah. Oh, please tell me you watched.
But now they're going to get people to watch it.
Boxing.
Not woke. I've seen clips of it before.
Oh, okay. So
it's quite obvious that one of them took the fight seriously and one didn't.
Yeah, I think Boogie just had no ability to fight. Like, he thought he was going to get in there and just be able to fight, and he just wanted the money.
Yeah. It's, well, also, getting his ass kicked is, again, playing the victim is a big part of what he's always done. So, getting the shit beat out of him was very on brand, I would think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see any of the documentary about him that the guy did like a couple weeks ago? It came out.
Yeah.
Like
no,
where he's at
the Yeah. The documentary where he's talking about banging chicks and all that kind of shit, and how he spent all his money on fucking escorts and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, there's a part where he's at the employment agency or whatever. Yeah, and he's like, oh, and I also worked in porn. You know, like, are you really going to say that? Like, the bitch actually called him out, which is fucking brilliant. She's like, are you really going to say that kind of thing in an interview?
Yeah, he actually said that. That was kind of mind-blowing. Like, the level of...
And the thing is, it's not like he was acting.
Dumb.
Right. Yeah, because, again... That's like the at least charitable way to describe it. He did like web development for fucking like porn sites. You know what I mean? You don't need to point out who he did it for. You know, you could just say, yeah, I did a lot of web development, set up, you know, web pages, design web pages, that kind of shit. Yeah. Only describing it as I worked in the porn industry is fucking ridiculous, dude. It's just the dumbest possible way, the shittiest possible way to describe what you did.
Yeah, and no one is, no one doesn't know why he's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everybody knows why this dude's doing what he's doing. It's not a fucking surprise.
Yeah, everything is feel sorry for me. Like, that's his entire fucking brand. I'm pathetic. Give me a bunch of money.
For communal use
because I'm so pathetic.
Let's show some respect.
And then for me, like, no, I got 4 million subscribers. I'm not gonna get a job. That's disgusting.
God, yeah. I have no sympathy for Boogie.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and again, I was fooled for the longest time because I was only aware of YouTube channel, you know, years ago. And again, I'm like, oh, that Francis character, that guy's a fucking asshole. That's pretty funny. But apparently on Twitch, he had been like, oh, so you are just a fucking shitty person.
Probably.
So he actually did a pretty good job for a long time, you know, of hiding what he really was.
Well, you know, what is it, the completionist stole all that money from charity and everybody thought he was fucking walking on water for so long.
Yeah. Didn't that guy finally donate it or something? Because again, it wasn't even like he was stealing it and fucking pocketing it, right? Like it was just sitting there not doing anything for years, right?
And there's nothing random.
Is that the one, or am I thinking of something else?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
No idea.
But yeah, I know there was one. The guy was like doing like year in these charity schemes, but then just like again, I mean not really, but like so you got all this money that could have possibly helped whatever dumbass charity you're doing, but you literally were just too lazy to just donate it to whoever you were supposed to donate it to.
Yeah, that's what he's claiming. It doesn't. I don't buy it. I think it's gone. I think the money's gone. Because as far as I know, he has yet to actually address anything.
They've actually shown it.
They've proven that they have the money. Because the last I heard, he's all talking.
Could be a different one thinking of then. Because it could be again.
He said, "Oh yeah, we still have the money. It's in here and it's in there." But that's just pictures. Like there's nothing to prove that that's actually means anything. From what I heard, like, because he did come out and say, like, "Oh, we've been working with all these companies, and we're gonna get it donated, and blah blah blah," and then it's just radio silence again, hoping it'll go away because nobody's, they're hoping it'll go away, and they keep saying, "Oh yeah, we've got, we've got the money, we're gonna donate it. We've been working with different places to figure this out for a while," and it's like it's been 10 fucking years. So regardless of what they do now, they're still on the hook at this point. Yeah. It's definitely some sort of fucking crime.
Yeah, it's a bad look regardless. Yeah. And then it's kind of doing like like what Jake Paul did with CoffeeZilla. Like, oh, I'm totally gonna do that, so don't follow up.
Yeah.
And to the surprise of no one. To the surprise of no one, I don't believe he's given any of the money back that he said he was.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
And it's again CoffeeZilla. Like, should have known.
That one blows my mind.
CoffeeZilla was going to follow up on it.
Because I'd kill somebody if they stole $10,000 from me. You know what I mean? Like, I'd fucking put them in the dirt. Like, if I couldn't get it back, and they just were gonna walk, like they'd fucking be dead sooner or later. Like I just make sure of that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I could do it without any sort of concern of getting caught, because as long as there's no witnesses and they don't have the murder weapon to prove you had anything to do with it, like they can't just be like, "Oh, he's dead. You were angry, so we're gonna put you in prison." You get a decent lawyer. You don't talk to the police. It's a very simple thing to do, but like. Because that's genuinely, like, the difference between going to jail for most people is whether or not you talk to the police or you wait until you get an attorney. If you just refuse to talk to the police, and because if they're going to arrest you, they're going to arrest you anyway. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to talk you out of being arrested. You know what I mean? Like, you can only talk yourself into more trouble with the police. You can't talk yourself into less. They're just not how it works. So you just never talk to the police.
Yeah, they can say how much they Dude, I've watched so many police interrogations, dude, and it's so funny to hear them be like, "We just want the truth. Look, we're on your side, man. We want to hear your story. We want to hear, we don't want you to think. We don't want to just think you're a monster. Let us help you out. Tell us what happened."
They're really bad at eliciting stuff like that. Like, I wouldn't say we're on your side, because I don't think the person's that stupid. I just say, look, we want to give you an opportunity to clarify your side of the situation. We'd like to see both sides of the situation.
That's kind of what they do.
See, I would be a lot more subtle about
to try to pretend you're like...
I've watched some of those, too, and I would be a lot more subtle than they are about it. Like, I would definitely get the information, but a lot less blatantly. They're really fucking ham-handed.
Yeah, there are very few of them that I've seen that they're actually good at it.
Well,
and the only reason it works is because the criminal works. Stupid enough to fucking talk to them. Yeah. Yeah, you literally should be like, yeah, I'm not talking to you without a lawyer. Get the fuck out of here. Arrest me or don't, but fuck you. I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah.
But no, they gotta talk. They gotta fucking make up a fucking story. That's easily disprovable. Yeah. Fucking retards, dude. So yeah, I mean, basically just watching enough true crime, it's pretty easy to understand how to get away with shit. Like, oh, that's what they did. I'm gonna not do that.
Let's see what this does.
What? Okay. All right, I see where she got caught. It was a good idea, but here's where she fucked up. So I'm gonna not do that part of it.
Yeah. Well, the thing that also gets me is
I don't know if you're familiar. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just what gets me about a lot of those is like they're actually having to make laws now about police lying. They're like they literally are making laws to prevent police from lying. Like there's laws now in a couple of states where they're like, you're not allowed to lie to children. Like that's how fucking dirty is that like the police have to be like legally prevented from lying.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah. There was a story, fuck, I forget where it was, somewhere in the South. But it was basically like this brother and sister or cousin brother, whatever the fuck it was, two related people, like ended up getting lost in the woods. And like he shows up, they somehow had gotten separated. I think they ate some hallucinogenic berries or something, because they both seem to have lost their fucking minds. But anyways, he got back and fucking a bunch of crazy shit happened, but like the cops were so convinced that he had killed the bitch, killed his sister, cousin, whatever. And the interrogations are so fucked up, especially considering the fact that she was found and she hadn't been killed. Like she was found a couple days later and had survived or whatever. Yeah, I'll have to find it for you because the cops are such assholes, dude. Like they killed her. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to find it. It's hard to explain totally, but it's really fucked up.
Man, I can't. I hope
I now realize that was pretty pointless. It was pretty pointless for me to bring that up now that I think about it, but I'll find it. It's interesting. I found it interesting. Yeah. I make no guarantees.
Oh, I like the New York City thing about the people are starting to get pissed off because they're going to give like $50 million to the fucking illegal aliens that are on the streets. But they're taking it away from the people they were going to give it to, who were like just poor people that lived in the city. Americans.
Yeah, that were citizens.
And they're all pissed off, and it's like,
born
you
here.
fucking voted these cunts in. Like, what did you fucking think, bitch? Like, how did you think that was going to play out, dummy?
Yeah.
Like, you voted these people who openly talk about stealing money from people all the time. And that's going to solve everything if they just steal enough money from the right people. You know, that'll be what it does it. That'll fix everything. If they steal this person's money or that person's property, like, we should just be able to take that house or that hotel room and make people do this or that. And it's just like, you know, well, of course those people fucking turned around and took the shit they were going to give you and give it to somebody else because they want money. Like they're going to, the $50 million they're going to supposedly give to the fucking wait staff.
Yeah, the illegal
is...
Tell me, how did your investigations into the Barlish Tribunal go? There's a place called Candle Hallows Tombstones.
What was it? Like they're just surprised that they're taking it from them. Yeah, it's like it's so funny, and you know it's all gonna get skimmed, right? Like out of that 50 million, maybe like a couple 100,000 is gonna make its way to actually helping anybody, regardless of whether it's the illegal aliens or the actual citizens that have a right to the money. Well, compared to the fucking illegal aliens.
Yeah, the people that are weren't born here. Yeah, that entered illegally. Yeah, I hear you.
I'll leave you to it.
All right, I'm pretty sure that's a video. I posted it. Yeah, like I said, both of them. There's something called pokeberries or something that make you hallucinate if you eat them. And if they're lost in the woods and they ate fucking berries, and they're talking about, screaming at people to help them, they're not helping them, and are just ignoring them. I have to assume they were probably high on the shit they ate.
Yeah, most likely.
Hallucinating. Anyway, if you listen to the fucking the interrogation of the guy's incredibly stupid. Like I'll give the cops that. The guy is a fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I have a hard time watching some of those real crime things, though. The ones where they're interrogating people.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody dies.
These rooms are available to rent.
Yeah, that one, at least nobody died, if that helps at all. Like, again, the girl that they were 100% sure that he had killed was fine. She survived, too, if that helps you at all. But yeah, berating the poor fucking, again, incredibly stupid fucking dude is it's especially when you know the ending. When you know that she's not dead and you're trying to get him to fucking confess to killing someone who is not in fact dead. It's pretty infuriating. So yeah, watch it or don't. I hear you.
Yeah,
I think it was only like 20 minutes long or something. Yeah, how long? I was just looking at it. I don't know, it's almost an hour. Never mind. If you're really, really bored and you hate yourself enough, give the video a watch. It'll infuriate you.
I like how much you have faith in this show. Like, if you're really bored and you got nothing better to fucking do, that's where you want to go.
Yeah. If anybody's actually listening right now, it's probably going to be better than listening to. Bet nobody's listening, I don't think. Actually, I haven't checked, but I'm going to assume that probably nobody's listening. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Blocky, Blockerson, Vlockem. Okay. We went back to the 3-word format. That's good. What the fuck? Oh, it says 2 people are watching. What the fuck is going on? Nobody's commenting, dude. Sound off there.
You and me, I imagine.
People.
Like, I've got it on the screen so I can check
it
every once in a while to see if somebody puts something in the chat. And then if you're watching it too, and then you have
right. Oh yeah, I forgot it.
That would be us.
Yeah, I somehow forgot. I'm gonna like the video. I do that every once in a while. Why not?
There you go.
I enjoy being here. Fuck you all. I'm enjoying the show, even if it's only me and you.
It's entertaining.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Keep telling ourselves that. Indeed.
I literally had to run around to the other side of a wall to take a painting off of the inside of the wall.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. I'm just going to go pull this painting through the back wall. And now I have to go back outside the house again to push the button that's on the inside of the house. I believe I may have found a slight glitch in this game.
Wow, glitch in
a video game? So weird.
It's happened.
Never heard of such a thing.
What's your bag?
I'm gonna go murder a bunch of murderers. There's like a, oh, what do you call it?
The locked door has red text on it reading, "All are awaited, all
Yes.
are
What do you call it?
Oh.
none shall escape."
Nope, lost the thought in the middle of it.
All right. How about the bitch that decided to do some weird music video flash mob thing inside a Target?
Yeah, I thought that was entertaining. And she thought she was going to come off on social media as like the victor. Like she thought people were going to like be like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally on your side, you poor innocent lost little lamb." And everybody was just like, "No, you're a fucking cunt. I fucking hate you. You made their lives harder. You already know how much it fucking sucks working retail already, dummy." Of course they didn't want a bunch of random fucking assholes in there. Like, everybody just fucking destroyed her. It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, in her defense, I mean, she's black and the workers were white, so that usually is kind of automatically racist nowadays.
It's usually enough to get you at least some free money from some random assholes.
Right. Yeah. But she didn't count on the fact that she's so awful.
Well, that everybody was
nobody was on her side.
Able to see that, and we're all just like, "What do you mean racist? Like, you just went in and harassed a bunch of random folk."
Yeah. It is kind of encouraging that that's what happened, because a lot of times it's not nowadays.
True, yeah, true. A lot of times people end up getting in a lot of fucking trouble that shouldn't for no reason.
So there's a little bit of hope. A little bit of hope out there that people are regaining their fucking sanity.
Slowly over time, yeah. Yeah, that guy kept just saying, well, wasn't there the whole thing about the dad and the kid that dressed up for like a Redskins game or something, and they had like the Indian face paint kind of thing?
Oh no, yeah, it wasn't even the Redskins, it was the fucking Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs!
Kansas
I didn't remember
City
the sports
Chiefs.
team, but like they dressed with the sports team's colors on their face, and they were like, they did blackface, and
yeah, it's fucking.
They were like, "No, we're not apologizing. Fuck off, you're lunatics." And then it all
that
just
was
blew over. That was the part I liked about that, was the fact that it all just straight blew over.
Fucking, it's like, it's just a kid, dude. He's got the fucking, red on one side and fucking black on the other.
I literally, when I was a little
Chiefs colors
kid,
are red.
Would paint my face black and blue, and then go down like to a store or something because I thought it was funny. Just to be like, have your face painted, but not like, out. But just act like nothing's weird about that. Like, just not mention it.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I hear you.
We thought we were geniuses. We were so fucking hilarious, man. But I don't think anybody's gonna like go after this kid.
Yeah. Nah, slow news day. Nah, you got a white kid and he's got black on his face somewhere. Let's fucking destroy his life.
Yep, that is the general rule of thumb.
You got to get CNN or something. Yeah. You got to get CNN to pick it up so you can, sue him for millions of dollars. That kid could be set for life, like the Covington Catholic kid.
Yeah, how much did that kid end up making, I wonder?
Maybe I should stay crouched forever.
Yeah, he sued a bunch. Yeah, millions at least. At the very least.
I hope he got enough that he doesn't have to worry about fucking anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Because, like,
again, there were
even if that
outlets,
dude goes and he gets like a college degree and he goes out, like, it's gonna be a nightmare trying to get hired anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, he's just gonna have a really tough time just getting hired at like any random job. I mean,
there's something engraved on this.
Yeah, just because some deranged fucking Indian asshole went up and fucked with him.
Chief Meth Mouth
out of his way to go fuck with him. Yeah.
Chief Meth Mouth wanted to go do the sacred ceremony at him.
It continues.
Yeah.
It's a burden to great and to small.
Yeah, insufferable fucking prick, dude.
We faithful.
And he's of color, so he's noble.
Yeah, it's like when you
automatically.
It's like it's some junkie on the street harassing a bunch of little kids, and they're fucking siding with the fucking junkie. You know, it's like you guys got problems.
Automatically. Automatic, dude. He's a minority.
Here's one. I don't know if I put the video in the fucking thing, because I think it was just a clip that I saw in something else of like a bigger selection of clips. But it was this dude who, like, he found out that some 40-year-old guy had been talking to his 11-year-old daughter online and had managed to get her to take nude pictures of herself and send them. So he called the police because, you know, as one does, you call the police. And he's talking to them, and they start talking about, well, she would be guilty of producing child pornography, sir. Like, we would have to talk to her. And he said, he just was like, wait a minute. Why would you go after the child? Why would you not go after the fucking adult that's fucking making her do this? And they're like, well, you know, she's the one that's manufacturing. He was just like, have a nice evening. And he shut his fucking door. Just slammed the door on him.
Wow.
And they were like, oh, but sir, he fucking was like, have a nice evening. And then fucking shut the door and was done. And apparently he got it all on camera, so, because we all got to see it. And apparently that really fucking did not sit well with the population of that town. And those people did not work. It did not end well for them. The police chief had some explaining to do, Lucy.
Oh, man.
I was actually thinking about that.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about the prevalence of, smartphones with decent fucking cameras and all that shit nowadays. Like, are there actually more entitled Karens and all that kind of crazy shit? Or is everything just being filmed nowadays because everybody has a fucking smartphone? You know what I mean? I feel like it's a little of both. I feel like there are definitely more entitled fucking pricks out there, bitches and pricks, whatever. And also it's being filmed a lot more.
I think it's both. I think it's a combination.
Yeah, it's a combination of both. Yeah. I think there's definitely way more entitled people. And again, everybody's filming everything.
Yeah, it's a combination. There's probably always been that many out there, but now everybody's filming everything. And so it's like, you know, it's just fucking ridiculous.
A grasping hand, an offering vial. And
indeed,
the dread
problem solved.
Yeah, there's the only thing that's kind of entertaining is when you get a chance to watch the what do you call it?
Dude, I was watching a bunch of videos earlier of the entitled people getting arrested. I'm surprised. Well, actually, I'm not surprised, but like, how many women getting arrested are like, after they say, no, you're getting arrested, they're just like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, and then proceed to fight.
I'm like, wow, you can do that.
Like, that's gonna fucking end.
I'm gonna make it worse. Yeah, I'm gonna kick and spit at you. That's gonna fucking definitely make sure I don't get arrested. Yeah, it's fascinating, dude. Like, I wouldn't even think of saying, no, you can't arrest me. You're not arresting me. Yeah.
Just like old times.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
amazing how
spectacular.
stupid people are when it comes to that shit. Phenomenal.
Sneak, sneak.
Oh, down my shoulders. Oh, you attacking, are you? Oh, fuck, there's like 4 of them. Oh, one down. Yeah. Thalmor were tougher than this. Oh, you got a bound sword. Interesting. And now you're dead. Where'd the other one go? What the fuck are you doing? You just hanging out back there? Alright. Your Thalmor were tougher than that, man. That was fucking 4-on-1. Jizargo wasn't even. He was going the long way around.
What?
Fucking
Jizargo
asshole.
was letting you down.
What's next, I wonder?
Son of a bitch.
He doesn't do much even when he's there. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't blame Jizargo. You're a dirty bastard.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun though. He's a fucking arrogant prick. It's pretty entertaining.
He's probably one of the better companions, I would imagine, just for like the entertainment value.
Progeny, child.
Yeah, yeah. Well, also, dude, he never stops leveling up. When I heard that, I'm like, really? Fuck yeah, because I don't think I'd ever used him before. Or if I did, rarely. And I'm like, here, have some Daedric armor and come with me. Where's the other guy? There's 4.
And his
Who the fuck is the
presence
4th guy?
sparks dread in the pit of your stomach.
I'm like, damn, I should have got you him as soon as possible, dude. He'd be fucking such a badass by now.
Who almost brought Baldur's Gate to
One.
ruin a century
Oh, there
ago.
he is. Okay.
Davella was right.
Corpse hiding in the weeds, you sneaky bastards.
Imitator. But Saravok himself.
This is the court of the Dread Lord's Tribunal.
Yeah, I just beat Mirak like yesterday.
Am its custodian.
Oh, nice.
And this time, I decided to do it before I got my enchanting to 100 and had like dual wielding the dual enchanted dragonbone daggers. So it was a kind of a challenge. I still kicked his ass, but yeah, it was definitely better than doing a 1 fucking power attack and it skips all the speed checks because I took all his energy.
Yeah. Oh, do you see the female pool player?
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that.
That shit was cool.
Female pool?
Yeah. It was a pool tournament.
No,
it was a pool tournament, and it was the women's tournament for pool, and it came down to 2 people at the end.
As it usually does.
You know, it was a female, like an actual female, and a trans, a man pretending to be a woman, in order to play against the women.
Okay.
And she just walked off.
Of course.
The lady just walked off. She was like, "Nope, not doing it," and just left. Said, "Fuck it, you guys are not going to put me in like a real tournament, then I'm out." And I'm like, that I really appreciated that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, enjoy your victory, you fucking bitch. Fucking trans asshole.
In times past.
Yeah, was it you that posted the one about the, there was some fucking black, I think boxer, maybe, no, MMA fighter, that was talking about how all the men that whose asses she could kick.
My granddaughter.
And then there's film from like a few years ago where a dude she was sparring with, who like wasn't really even a professional, I don't think, just straight up knocked her out like 2 seconds into the fight with just like a right cross, like not even loading up and really unloading on her, dude, just regular sparring, and she got knocked on her fucking ass.
She worships at the Baal's domain, the temple.
So she's pretty pissed.
Yeah.
Baal has never had a more gifted.
Like, oh, I didn't realize you were,
Aaron's gifts surpassed even her mother's.
gonna call me out on my nonsense.
And she could not bear it.
Yeah, like again, like a pool tournament was. That's at least like the women certainly have a much better chance in that scenario.
It's probably the least
anything that's
relevant one, like as far as like whether gender makes you win or not, like gives you an advantage. It's probably the most like
were not
the most balanced of the ones that you could have, where it's like, yeah. That's definitely not the reason you lost.
Very hand that tried to enter.
Yeah. Because again, power can certainly help, but it's not essential.
Mother's hand.
You know what I mean? Not like it is in like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, fucking whatever.
Speaking through the child. Lay not a finger on this child.
Although, I think I brought it up here before, but there was a. I don't know. A few years back, retired soccer player from the women's team, Julie Foudy, they were talking about the differences or whatever, and the U.S. women's team is incredibly dominant. They lost this year, which is great because Megan Rapinoe's fucking horrible, disgusting person. But anyways. There was this thing a few years ago where she's talking and
I abided by his
basically saying like the women are better than the men. And then whoever she's talking to is like, rated against other women, certainly, they're a very dominant team. And she's like, no, they're better than the men. Like they would beat the men's team. And the U.S. is never men's team is
and be
barely, they're lucky to crack the top 10. But anyways, she's literally claiming that the women would beat the men's team. And then not too long after that,
You have been judged.
the U.S. women's team had played some group of like mostly retired dudes. Most of them, I think, had played professionally, but again, over the hill for the most part. And they destroyed them. It was like 26 to 1 or something. Like ridiculous at first. If you're not familiar with soccer, 26 goals in a game is a crazy amount of goals. But anyways, they then also, like shortly after that, they played an under 15 club team, like Dallas, whatever Dallas's fucking Major League Soccer team is. Anyways, they had an under 15 club team, and the U.S. women's team scrimmaged against them.
Come on, let's go.
And the under 15 boys team beat them like 5-2. And again, that's not even an under 15 like U.S. national boys team. It's just a club team, dude. And they got fucking destroyed.
Nice.
The thought is absurd. Again, women and men are on equal footing in any athletic shit.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous how much this shit goes down.
Aye.
But yeah, the fact that anybody even bothers arguing is insane to me.
Yep, I don't understand it, but it's
that's all.
It's like they're deliberately blind. You know what I mean? Like they deliberately
it's either delusion or... Yeah, it's like, no, my ideology doesn't allow me to acknowledge the difference between the sexes. So, all equal. It's just an amazing coincidence that the guys that were mediocre at best, suddenly are women and are dominant against women.
Yeah. Yeah,
they just got way fucking better.
And the funny thing is, there were so many people who were like, you realize that, like, while this is working in your favor now, it's going to stop working in your favor very shortly.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking swimmer, the college swimmer dude, I mean, woman, is pretty universally fucking hated.
And justifiably so, you know.
Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. Yeah, it's fucking disgusting, dude. That's funny because you're even like when it was first happening, when he was winning all the fucking, you know, NCAA championships or whatever. Like even his own teammates are nowhere near him. Like he's just a big 6'4" fucking alleged woman, trans woman. Like standing there all fucking happy, and everyone else is like fucking 10 feet away in the group with the rest of the team. Forget the bitch's name. Her first name's Riley, but anyway, she's like a swimmer who's been calling out how ridiculous all this shit is. She was before Congress, and I don't know, some black bitch basically accused her of being transphobic because she.
Yeah, whenever they can't figure out anything to actually...
There it is, to have fucking, you know, trans women competing with biological women.
It's like transphobia.
Yeah. It's funny because, again, she had turned around and she's like, well, you're like misogynist or something because, you know, she called the fucking black bitch, they called her a transphobe. And that bitch, the black Congress bitch, was like, I want that stricken from the record. You know, she called me a misogynist or whatever. One of the swimmer girl who's complaining about how unfair all of, you know, trans women competing is. Like the bitch actually wanted her fucking testimony like stricken from the record, right? And they're doing some kind of weird sidebar, and that's when they're calling her misogynistic is somehow unacceptable.
Be on my way.
Like what the fuck is? Like this is insane. So like doing their weird sidebar or whatever in the Congress, and then yeah, after a little bit, the bitch had to be like, okay, I withdraw stupid shit I just objected to. Let's see if I can find the clip. It's pretty fucking funny. Because, yeah, it's so ridiculous, man. What the fuck is her last name? I'm pretty sure it's Riley. Whatever, I'll find it. No one.
Oh, did you see that, like, some black chick tried to burn down fucking Martin Luther King Jr.'s house?
I haven't heard the follow-up, but I was curious about,
yeah, as far as I know, nothing's been done other than, like, your typical
if they found out why she's doing it.
Yeah. That whole situation is fucking weird to me.
Yeah, I'm curious if, like, she was trying to do it to, like, frame a white person. Like you know, people would assume it was like a fucking KKK person. Right, yeah. Or, because again, nowadays, there are fucking woke fucking morons who are like hating on MLK.
Where do I go from here?
Yep.
I don't know if it's the non-violent part that they hate or what the fucking deal is. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking woke leftists that are just like hate MLK Jr. So I'd be curious to hear, you know, what her motivation actually was. Because it could be either or nowadays, which is fucking insane by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most likely, I have to assume, I mean, beyond her, she's just fucking nuts, obviously. But I have to assume she would try to get away with it unseen. And again, just have fucking white people blamed for it and start a fucking riot.
Something good.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
the other
she
thing
was
is also
trying to get
possible
away with
where
it.
she's like, he's a bitch.
I think it's one of those things where she's probably an agent working for like a group. They're claiming she's got all sorts of mental health issues and stuff, and it's like, nah, I bet you this is one of those things where, you know, if you dig deep enough, you'll find out she worked for, like, Bill Gates or some shit. You know, like, I don't doubt for a second that this was, what do you call it, like a setup. I don't buy that it's just some random accident that somebody decided just to arbitrarily burned down Martin Luther King Jr.'s house? Right, sure, dude.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely suspicious.
So, yep, I don't fucking believe it.
Oi, citizen, get me out of.
Yeah, whatever the truth is.
Thank the gods you're
Anytime
here.
soon.
My wrinkles are starting to
Maybe
shift.
70 years from
As an
now,
officer of the law, I demand you free me
it'll
at
come out.
once.
With a flick of the wrist.
Get here and free me at once.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what else is going on?
They're supposed to be.
God damn it.
Oh, somebody fucking bought a can of sardines
All
for
right,
like $50. I just found like a random channel that's called Canned Fish Files with Matthew Carlson. And it's just all videos of him opening and eating and rating like canned fish and stuff. But I just found it because it was like there's like a can of sardines out there you can apparently buy that are like $50 a pop.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I guess.
Oh man, I gotta go take a
Does he
piss.
sell it,
There's no way I'm gonna make it till the end of the show. So I'm gonna
all right.
I'm gonna have to be back in like a few minutes. No.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'll hold it down. I'll interact with the
you
chat
keep our
while you're
millions
gone.
of fans occupied.
Oh fuck, is anybody even in here? I doubt it, but let's see what happens. Nope. Nobody in the chat. Let's scroll through some shit, see what happens. Alright, we talked about the weird flash mob fucking pop star shit. And there's a fight. What is this? The fuck did I post? Oh, that's not me. Oh yeah, apparently Panera Bread has some fucking like overly caffeinated lemonade that's killed 2 people already. That's a fucking interesting one. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's heard that story, but yeah, apparently they don't really label it other than I guess the name. Like they don't be like, "Hey, warning! This is a shitload of caffeine. So if you're just looking for a regular old lemonade, this is not it." I would hope they would do so now. Probably should have done so after the first person died. But the second one, I would certainly hope so. Or stop selling this shit. Oh, dude, yeah, I watched this video of a story about the making of The Fugitive with Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, all those people. Apparently, that was just a fucking train wreck. Like, they started shooting the movie before they even had an ending, first of all, which is amazing. Like, there's all kinds of time constraints and shit, and with Harrison Ford doing other shit or whatever. So they start filming before they even have the ending. And again, just a bunch of crazy shit, a bunch of ad-lib craziness. And it's a great movie, man. It ended up being a great fucking movie, which is fucking amazing. So yeah, you should look into that. Who's the channel? Let me see what the channel was that I did. Okay, I guess the channel is actually called It Was a Shit Show. Nice. But anyways, the making of The Fugitive was a shit show. So yeah. For all the Nope people ever listening to this or getting this far into the video, for all you not listening, I strongly suggest you give it a shot. Seems like fun. That's all. Nothing else. Good stings. Alright, there's a video of a dog scaring off a moose. Nice. Fucking moose are deadly, man. Goofy fucking things. They will fuck you up, though. There's that. Something about an octopus. Didn't read that. Oh, the video, yeah. Apparently there was a squatter that actually had got rights to the home and is going to sell it. That one's the bad side of that story, I guess. Shohei Ohtani, that was a good one. Signed for, what, 10 years, $700 million deal with the Dodgers, of course. So $70 million a year. Next place, I believe, is Aaron Judge at $40 million a year. Although, again, it really hasn't been since Babe Ruth that somebody was this good at pitching and fucking hitting. So good for that guy. It is kind of like playing two people. So he's making almost 75% more than the second highest paid guy. So yeah, somewhat deserved, I guess. God damn, Stabby. It's a long ass pitcher taken.
I had to really go. You know, like when you think you've peed, like, because I went right before I fucking started the call, and then like I thought I was good, but then suddenly I just like I had to go. It was like you're gonna go whether you want to go or not, so you choose the bathroom,
Thanks for freeing
not the
me so
bathroom.
quickly.
Yeah, or your pants, whatever. I hear you. No worries. Damn it, what was the one I was just talking about? Oh, the Ohtani making $70 million a year is fun.
Put the blame for Father Logan's murder.
Yeah, what's the other one? Oh, I didn't watch the video, but the one where literally squatter, the court ruled that the squatter owned the home and can sell it. I didn't watch the actual video, but that's the kind of thing where you're like, somebody's dying.
It's plain to see that
everyone responsible for this happening.
But you, well,
needs to fucking, be punished.
A proper seeing to. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism.
Oh man,
the city needs you. I overheard these pigs talking. There's a Baal temple.
Yeah. So 700 million over the course of 10 years. I always found that odd that pitchers were not good at hitting, because you would think they'd have like the inside track. You know what I mean? Like they know like how pitching works, so they should have like a better chance of hitting the ball. Maybe not like doing like the crazy home runs all the time. But it's one of those things where it's like
there's a few.
What's in
it? But yeah, it's exceptionally rare nowadays for a pitcher to be a good hitter.
Man,
to the degree of Ohtani, where he's literally any day he's not pitching, he's playing, position he plays.
But good for him, I mean, if he's what he says he is, like what you say he is, it's going to be quite the pick for that team. They're going to do a lot of that. That's going to be a big help for them. Especially because there's one league where they allow pinch hitting, and there's one where they make the pitchers hit, right?
Yeah, he's in the National League now. Well, he was in the American League, used the designated hitter where somebody batted for the pitcher. But now he's in the National League, which makes more sense, really. Much more valuable there, since the pitchers actually have to hit there. But and dude, the next highest paid player is like $40 million a year.
Still breathing.
So he's at 70. It's like 75% more.
That's a pretty.
Which again, he does kind of count as two players. He does kind of count as two players, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Because again, you're getting a pitcher and an outfielder.
He counts as two players. That actually does make sense. Yeah. In the respect that he's they would normally get either a pitcher or a batter, but not both. But in this case, they are getting both.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense, but goddamn, that's a lot of money. And I think he only pitches once a week too. Like he only pitches like every Sunday or something. Like normally, there's teams have like a 5-pitcher rotation. So you have 5 starters, starting every 5th day or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a little less than that, but still. Yeah, he's such a great hitter that he's all right. He's you have 70 million being justified. You play 162 games. Yeah, it's making around $500,000 every single fucking game. A little less than $500,000 every game. Yeah, and it's the Dodgers. Literally the only teams that can really afford the crazy salaries is, for the most part, is the Yankees and the fucking Dodgers. So.
Yeah, isn't it one of those things where like there's a lot of money for like a couple of teams?
Surprising
like,
he went to one of those two.
Most of them,
yeah,
just
the rest
don't really
are kind of
have
screwed.
a lot comparatively.
Yeah, they don't have a salary cap like basketball, football, fucking.
Where they're like, this is the most you can pay, so that it's actually competitive. So you're not just buying all the number one players and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, they have baseball has a luxury. It's like if your total team salary is above a certain amount, like you get taxed extra, and that goes in and gets split up against the teams that aren't over the luxury tax. What was happening was there was teams like Pittsburgh or Kansas City or the smaller market ones that were not making nearly as much money, were essentially getting their payrolls down as low as possible because of the revenue sharing. Their teams are fucking horrible. The teams are so they're paying them almost nothing. Anybody that money was they're just letting them sign somewhere else or trading them off or whatever. So they were making really good profits because they were getting all this revenue sharing money from all the extra luxury tax money that like the Dodgers and fucking Yankees are paying. That they're actually making a lot of money with a horrible fucking team.
That's
so yeah, I think in the last collective bargaining agreement, I don't know how often, how many years, but they go back and review the contracts, and the thing put in like, okay, you got the salary cap, you got the fucking luxury caps. These teams like the Pirates and the fucking, whoever else, like, we need a ceiling. We need a fucking floor, too.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be a minimum fucking amount that you're paying your players. Because these guys are obviously gaming the system by going out of their way to not try and to pay as little as possible to their players.
They're taking money from other teams that way.
Yeah. So they're like, all right, now there's got to be a minimum, too. Like, you cannot have these guys keep doing this shit.
Well, I mean, that's why
because you're essentially having like a minor league.
What do you call it?
They're essentially playing a minor league team in a major league fucking, in a major league. And making a shitload of money doing it. There, I tried to keep it out of anything technical. I feel like everything I explained was understandable by non-sports fans there.
Yeah, I would. I don't. Baseball is probably the exception where I know a little bit about baseball, because I played Little League when I was a kid, and it was one of the few things that's like actually interesting to watch for me. Like I never really got into football, but baseball's a little bit of fun. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, everybody's out having a good time, and like you can tell a lot of the players genuinely enjoy the game as well as play it professionally. You know what I mean? Like, because
yeah.
It's like what do you call it? The words are missed. The words. No.
Yeah. Well, no, there's definitely a lot of. I think football is probably the most egregious. Football and basketball are pretty close as far as dudes that are literally just grew up poor, that are playing a sport as a job and don't really give a shit about the sport. There's plenty that love playing football or basketball, but there's a lot that are like, no, I was good at this, and this is a fucking pain in the ass job for me. And then baseball seems a little different. Baseball seems more like most guys love playing baseball and feel fortunate to be able to make a shitload of money doing it.
Well, they get silly and do fun things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they love pranks, dude. God damn. They love good pranks, dude. Yeah. That is a good point.
It's very entertaining because they're definitely what do you call it? I don't know. They're just definitely having fun. Like, you can just tell they're having fun.
Indeed. Yeah, there's definitely, as far as interesting characters, something about playing baseball for a living seems to attract really wacky characters.
Ooh, police are doing something. I don't know what they're doing, but there's fucking sirens going on in the background. Very loudly.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, at your place or around your neighborhood?
Yeah, they're somewhere. They're not in my
tracked you down,
but they're finally tracked me down. They got me.
The human suit you're wearing isn't fooling anybody, dude. It's actually the men in black coming for you. No, the carved helmet. That's it.
They're gonna come. They're gonna kill me. No, what do I do? What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
It's all over for me now.
Oh shit, it's right there. Okay.
Oh, I have a handbag now in Baldur's Gate. It's a literal bag full of human hands. There's a god of murder.
Okay.
There's a god of murder that you have to like track down his temple because one of the big bad guys is the daughter of the god of murder or granddaughter or some sort of relation to the god of murder. She's sort of like half mostly human but a little bit, not human. And so you gotta like track her down, and she's trying to kill, she's trying to kill all these people. So you gotta get into the temple of murder, and apparently you can become a disciple of that god and get some sort of benefit if you become a murderer. And join their temple, and in order to do that you have to turn in like a bag of hands. And I killed some random serial killer that I busted and took his bag of hands.
That's unsporting, dude.
Yeah. Well, I didn't end up joining the group because I'm doing a good playthrough right now. Where like I'm making all the choices that are like quote unquote, good. But it was definitely one of those things where like I'm gonna come back and do this in the other direction for the lulz for sure.
Oh, the big baddie's after me.
But
death to you, Antarion. Oh shit, there's still another one. Oh, there you are. Oh shit, you got me down to like 3/4 health. Good for you guys. That's much better than Thalmor did last time. I was by myself that time. I just wonder why they don't drown when you get them fucking, like you paralyze them or whatever, and they're floating in water. I feel like they should drown.
Would be fun. I'd like to see more.
Seems like it'd be accurate. Wouldn't we all? Fucking handbag. Do they call it a handbag or is it?
It's literally called a handbag. Yeah, no, it's actually called a handbag.
That's fucking great, dude.
I thought that was clever. Yeah, this game has got a lot of clever shit in it. There's a reason it won Game of the Year, and it's not You know, not just for like the mechanics or anything. It's got a pretty twisted sense of humor, a lot of entertaining little bits here and there, and there's things you like. So it D&D, obviously, if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, I'm assuming you haven't.
I actually haven't.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you've never played it,
No.
but it's very open-ended. So, like, you know, because it's just a group telling a story together, with rules so that you don't end up in, like, fights over every little fucking detail kind of thing. You know, how you go about doing something is incredibly open-ended. So, you know, if you gotta go get something out of a tower, there's just fucking endless ways you can do it. You know, you can disguise yourself, you could turn invisible, you could sneak in through the basement, you could just go and murder everybody in the fucking tower. Like, you know, there's all sorts of different ways you can accomplish that. Well, you can't really do that, quite that level of open-endedness in a video game, but they do a pretty good job of making it seem less like you do this or this, and those are your two possible outcomes. So, like,
Right.
At one point, you're in the very beginning of the game, and you're collecting all your companions off of the beach, the people that you can, the game lets you have as companions if you choose to, as opposed to, like, hiring companions. And there's a scene where there's like a little fast travel portals all over the place, and you come to one and it looks all funky, and there's like a weird whirlpool in front of it, and you look at the weird whirlpool and a hand comes out, and it gives you several options. Like you can cut the arm off, you can just walk away and ignore it, you can grab the hand and pull, or you can give it a high five. Like, you know, so
That's fucking awesome, dude.
It does a good option of like giving you some things. Like there was a group of people who were meeting, who were all victims of hags, and hags in D&D are like really powerful witches that just curse and screw people up all the time. They can like make themselves look human, and they just delight in causing misery and torturing people. It's like how they gain their sustenance by like sucking the pain out of people's souls or whatever. You enter in because you're trying to find this hag because she kidnapped a little girl, and you have the option when you're talking to them, because they first think you're one of her workers. They're like, no, we don't trust you, you're a hag. One of your options is you'd be like, ooh, I'm the scary hag, I'm here to get you. Of course, that results in you have to kill them, but you know, it's fun that they put little fun bits here and there and let you kind of screw around with stuff if you want.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, these guys are just easy to murder. Cool.
That's convenient.
Yeah, they just died when you killed everyone else. That's very handy.
Nice.
Oh, that's medium armor. No, darn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think.
I think what else is happening in the world today?
Yeah.
What else? 98. Yeah, you suck, lady. I'm gonna sell you a bunch of arrows.
Oh, that fire pit that I showed was pretty fucking cool. Like, I don't want one. I just was like, oh, that's pretty neat. That guy put together a pretty nice little product. Oh, I put up a little video of the dog I think is bullshit. The I Am Bunny.
Yeah, it's a little iffy. I would definitely need to see a lot more.
It's one of those things where there's no way they're playing. It could easily just be audio dubbed over the video because the only thing you ever see is the dog almost always. Like occasionally you see the person's arm or hand, but you never see their mouth. So it's entirely possible that they're just taking video of this dog who's been trained to push buttons and just doing audio over this so that it's, you know, make the sounds of the buttons
and ears.
Yeah, there's no guarantee those buttons even make noises.
Fucking.
Like, it just, to me, the whole thing seems way too much like an elaborate scam.
Yes, that was yeah, it's definitely iffy. Yeah, no, dogs are fucking super smart and all, but yeah, I definitely hear you. It's a little fucking.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying dogs are dumb. I'm just saying they're not capable of understanding like that level of language. Like there's a difference between understanding a collection of basic commands and understanding more like, what do you call it? Trying to think of the term.
Actual comprehension.
Yeah, like there's like different levels of intellect. You know, like there's the people that understand like the most basic, but then like when concepts become a little higher complication and it's not it's not concrete. Like they can understand things like sit, stay, no, drop it. Things that are very concrete. But things like where's grandma? Like that's the part where to me is like I don't buy that. I don't think that the dog is going to have that level of comprehension.
Yeah, like on the Tucker Budson channel, which is like the most popular. You know, they've got one of those buttons. I don't doubt to fucking like if he wants to go outside, hitting the button that says go outside. You know, that's reasonable. That's not.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally believable.
That's not crazy. But yeah, what you're talking about is definitely.
Yeah, there's basic commands.
But yeah, what you're talking about is the level of sentience that I'm not sure. Yeah, we would need to see a lot.
Yeah, the whole thing just feels off to me. It doesn't. It's not very believable. But you know what? I also, I could be wrong because it's like not like I'm some sort of like expert. So on like dog intelligence or some crazy shit like that. So.
Yeah. No, I know, dude. My grandpa seems to pick up like training him is super easy. Like he's really smart and pleased, which is a great combination. But yeah, I'm not having like deep philosophical discussions with him.
Yeah. Like like you can train dogs to go get you a beer. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah, I'm training him to get up on his hind legs, like balance on his hind legs and lift up his front paws. He's picking it up again surprisingly quickly, but again, really smart dog is different than, some of the stuff people are trying to give him credit for.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, dogs have been working with people for a very long time. They've been, what do you call it?
Selectively bred like crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they've been doing, like, complicated tasks like herding sheep and all that kind of stuff.
Detriment in some cases. Right.
He won't take it well if we help ourselves through.
But yeah, some of the stuff they're trying to give him credit for. It's a little crazy.
Aye. Pull up a seat. If you can find one spare, that is. I tell you what, the murder upstairs has brought some punters, but it's also really spooky. If we get you staying up there, perhaps folk will come.
And plus, it's only.
You can have the whole upstairs floor until
I think probably, it's going to be golden retriever. It's going to be capable of that, not whatever that. So I think we can all agree objectively.
If it gets a bit too noisy at night, well,
that golden retriever is the best dog. Oh fuck!
Oh man!
I don't know if you're distracted or just not wanting to. Like you're not sure if I'm serious or not.
Sometimes.
I mean, it's definitely my opinion. It's not really an objective thing, though.
True. True. Oh man.
I brought my own paring knife.
I'm fucking dumb.
Ingredients and...
How did I not realize this was this simple? I'm fucking
you
so
seem
dumb.
especially focused today.
Sorry, I'm killing a bunch of murderers. And I gotta put in a grocery store. I gotta get an order in at the grocery store for tomorrow too. But no, I didn't realize when I went to the big city Baldur's Gate and the game Baldur's Gate that you could rent a hotel room and you wouldn't have to camp anymore. Like, I don't know why I didn't think, like, go to a tavern, rent a fucking room, and then you have a room to stay in instead of a big campground. And that everybody will then be much closer and easier to access because you have to talk to your other characters in your group. So, like, the number of characters you can have to choose from, like, you make your own character, or you can play as any one of a bunch of pre-made ones. And all of the pre-made ones are ones that will join your group if you want them to. Through the game, depending on how you play the game. So, like, I'm playing it as a good character, so a lot of these characters are going to stay there. If I was playing it as an evil character, I'd probably have a whole different set of people. But there's way more than the 3 that you can have with you at any given point. So you can have a max party of 4. So it's kind of nice.
Gotcha.
But you have to talk to them throughout the game because there's various different quest lines that each one of them has. So, like, your cleric has a crisis of faith, and you have to help her figure out, which god or goddess she's going to end up being, trusting and all that kind of shit. Your wizard has a strand of the weave within him, and it's going to make him explode in a giant fountain of horrific power. Because he used to be in a relationship with the goddess of magic, and he fucking stole it from her, and then she kicked his ass back to Earth and shit. And like your thief is a vampire, but not like a fully fledged vampire. You like the one that still has to serve the master, and the master can control him.
Oh, gotcha.
And so you got to help him, like, get rid of his master if you want him to help, so there's all these little things you got to do for each person. And they're a lot of fun, too, but it's just like you got to go talk to them in camp all the time. And the camp is fairly large. It's actually quite a bit of running around time. And it's kind of annoying. So realizing now, after I've been in Baldur's Gate for probably 20 hours of gameplay, that I could have just had them all in the fucking tavern.
You can just stay there.
And they'd just be lined up on 2 sides of one small room. Fuck. I could have saved probably an hour of that game time of just walking
well,
back
if you
and
start
forth.
out and all you're doing. Yeah, well, if you're used to having the camp, it's, early on, I assume.
Yeah, for the rest of the game, there's nowhere to
That's
stay.
not an
You
option.
just have to camp the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you kind of get used to having the camp.
The nice thing
so
is
you
that
get
you can
used
go
to
to your
that,
camp from anywhere on the
I
map
can see
almost.
it. Yeah,
So.
I can see how you can just.
Yeah.
Right.
I kept seeing the rooms and clicking on them, and it
handy.
was like, you should probably pay for these. You probably shouldn't just go into like random people's hotel rooms. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. And then I just realized now how fucking dumb that was.
Like I said, I can see why it would not, especially if it wasn't an option early on.
Yeah.
You just get used to doing things the way you do them.
Yep. I'm not.
Then one day you're like, oh, I can probably do this now.
I'm not super upset. I'm just
yeah,
like,
just
God
kinda,
damn,
oh my God,
fucking, that's such a
so much
waste.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he said.
Yeah. What he said. Dang it, I just got in. My cat wants him. I'll be right back.
He's already started off with the cat. Ah, no, the cat. Oh, they must be out of pineapple sparkling water again. Gosh darn it. Alright. Yeah, I have to order my hundreds of dollars of sparkling water every couple of months, so every like month or so. Oh, you've gone very quiet, or are you still there? You still there, Deitois? Oh, well, if you're there, I can't hear anything you're saying. You've gone quiet. No. Wait, are you there again? Oh, I heard you for a second. Oh,
can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I couldn't hear you for
a
while.
So
I was like, oh no.
All right. Yeah, I thought I dropped off or something. It said I didn't, but yeah, I just disconnected and came back. So yeah, how good is Everroast chicken, dude?
Oh yeah, that was a trip.
Did it happen again?
That was a fucking trip. That was real weird. That chicken tastes exactly like fucking fried chicken.
Yeah, cold fried.
Yeah, it was, and it even has some of the texture to it. It has like similar texture. Like
Yeah,
it was just
fantastic.
like the whole time I'm eating it, I'm just going like, this is so wrong. Like this shouldn't work this way. Why is it?
Yeah, this is far better than it has any right to be. It's just questioning my entire reality.
Right? It's a fucking trip.
Yeah, I'm glad you had looked it up. I'm glad you looked it up before we got off because I had the wrong name. I think I was calling it up.
Oh yeah, it's like even roast or something, and you were calling it oven roast. Or it's oven roast, and you were calling it even roast. One of the other.
Yeah, no, it was oven gold.
But now I know what kind it is. I'll definitely be getting that again later.
Yeah, because there's definitely some good shit. Far better than any fucking deli chicken has a right to be.
Yeah, it's uncanny how good it is. Like, holy shit. Definitely nothing to complain about there.
Yeah, although it's Boar's Head, I mean, everything they do is pretty goddamn good, but
true.
Still,
that is true. Like
most places don't even bother trying.
Kind of hard to go wrong.
Yeah, they're. You know what? We're so good that we're going to attempt to do something that nobody else even bothers trying, and we're going to make a good or cold cuts, whatever the fuck you're going to call them.
Yep. I don't know, man. That was fucking impressive.
It was on sale.
I don't think it was on sale when we bought it, but like, you know, you're buying like a quarter pound for a sandwich or two, you know.
Yeah, just to try it out.
Yep.
I think about 1.5 pounds of it last time. Well, my mom has me get the shit for her, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw in on it too, because I end up eating it. So I'm going to eat at least half a pound, and at least a half a pound of it.
Yeah, I was pretty. What do you call it? Pretty
pleasantly
fucking
surprised.
happily surprised, and I made it with a. You know, I did like a. I was testing out different kinds of canned chili for chili dogs. Trying to find a good canned chili that had like no beans in it for like chili dogs. And so I had a couple extra like bread rolls. They're not quite buns. They're more like Subway bread rolls. So I made little, you know, Subway style sandwiches with the chicken. And then I took a bunch of cheese and I sprinkled it over the top and I put it under the broiler and fucking melted the cheese on it. So they were like toasted like you get from like a Subway or something.
Ooh, nice.
And that was definitely a really good way to go, in my opinion. It was very, very tasty.
Yeah, it sounds good, man. Indeed. Food.
I gotta figure out what I want to cook for dinner this week.
I suggest last time. I think you said you'd already done shepherd's pie recently.
Yeah.
There's something else I suggested, but I
think
forgot
I'm
what it
gonna
was.
do like chili dogs and chili fries, because you know there's gonna be chili either way, so why not offer it for both?
Yeah.
You know, you have yourself a chili dog.
What's a good one? Stag's a good
some chili fries,
right?
Huh?
Yeah. Stag has a lot of good styles of chili, right?
Yeah, Stag is my preference. That's my preference. Stag. I like the old-fashioned country style Stag most, but like all of them are good. All the Stag chili ones are good. I couldn't find a Stag chili that
I like the
didn't have
Laredo.
beans.
The Laredo one's good.
And my family, the rest of my family won't eat Stag chili. It's too many flavors. They'll only eat denizens. So we have some canned denizens, like no bean chili. It's not the worst I've ever had. It's not what I would personally choose. But it's not terrible.
I seem to remember like the meat being like weird, like balls, like it was like chopped up and like formed back together somehow. Although maybe I'm thinking of something besides venison, so don't hold me to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what I did find though for chili dogs? Like I found the best way to set them up. I like to take the bun that the chili dog's on and put a little smear of sour cream on it, and then you put on the hot dog, and then you put on the chili and a little sprinkle of onions and cheese, you know, over the top, little sprinkle. So you kind of like make the chili normal stuff you would put with chili.
No, that's good. Yeah, no, I've never put sour cream on hot dogs, but yeah, with chili especially, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, dude.
I would never have thought to put sour cream on a hot dog until I was trying it as a chili dog. The first one I did with like, you know, the regular whatever I would normally put on a hot dog, so a little ketchup, a little mustard, and some pickle relish, and then like I also put on the sprinkle of onions and the cheese because of the chili, and it was good. It was super good. It was a little sweet for me. Kind of didn't really care for that level of sweet with that kind of thing. But man, just making it real simple with just a little bit of sour cream and then the regular chili toppings, it was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Because then the hot dog kind of almost becomes part of the chili. The only thing I have to say is I did not eat it properly. I did use a fork and a knife because I didn't want to fucking like get chili and gross shit all over the place and all over me. So
yeah,
I'm sure you're supposed to eat like a regular hot dog, but
I've done it before.
Yeah, I wasn't into that.
No, that gets too messy, dude.
Yep.
I've done the same plenty
chili
of times.
fries, I'm also not going to try to eat those with like my hands. I'm going to break out a fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the way to go, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I did have one idea that I haven't tried yet, but I'm very curious to see how it comes out. I'm just got to stop being lazy. I want to take and just get like a regular orange. Take all the zest off the outside, and put all the juice with the zest in a little pan, and cook it down until it's like a syrupy consistency. And then I want to mix in milk and powdered cocoa, and make like a hot cocoa with the orange flavor as well as the cocoa. I feel like that would be a really good drink, like a really good version of hot cocoa.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like something worth. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, you know, they got those fucking...
I don't know if it'll turn out well, but it's interesting.
Big fucking balls of chocolate that you buy, where you smack it down and it opens up into sections, little chocolate sections, like a piece of fruit. Yeah. And it's like a chocolate orange thing.
Oh, yeah, it's wrapped in that foil shit. Yeah.
The Terry's chocolate orange.
Yeah, that thing. That's why I was thinking. I was like, I bet you that'd work as like a hot cocoa kind of idea. But would be even better if you used just regular orange.
Before we get off the chili thing, I've got something that I found that's pretty good is the stag chili, the Laredo, which is green chilies and jalapenos, and then the other shit, beans and meat or whatever.
A little spicier version of the stag.
All right. So what I do is basically I'll cook. I'll cook a few bacon wrapped hot dogs, and then I'll chop it up. And then I throw it in with the chili, like in little fucking discs of the bacon wrapped hot dogs, and in with the chili, a bunch of mustard, just mixed in with the chili too. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, give that a shot. That's pretty good.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah.
Not sure if that's a meal you're gonna make for everyone.
There's really no way. There's no way anybody but me would even touch that chili. Like. The rest of it, if I were to just take like denizens and mix in like slices of hot dog and bacon, they'd be down. But like as far as the chili, like that's way too spicy for anyone but me to eat. Like no one else would touch it. So
just green chilies and jalapenos? It's too spicy?
Like I said, dude, I gotta be careful when I'm cooking for the family that I don't do too much black pepper or too much salt. So like.
Mm-hmm. I do
get fucking weird about
it. I've used pepper. I've used just regular ground black pepper so long. I didn't realize. I always wonder why it was called pepper. And it never occurred to me that it was hot at all. Yeah, that's very bizarre to me.
Yep.
I don't remember pepper ever being hot. But I guess maybe I'm weird in that way. And it's not like I've lived in Arizona my whole life, dude. For the first 10 years in upstate New York. Yeah. What else is happening?
Not a whole lot. I can't. I'm not really thinking of anything. I can't think anything offhand.
Well, I don't scroll through something. Something will occur. Something will come to me.
Yep.
Let's see what my YouTube feed has to say. What do you got, Samaj? Anything?
I was just asking what was
Anything
happening.
you want to talk about in general?
Anything?
Any Canadian politics going on that are kind of entertaining?
Only finding out that our government's just been siphoning our money off, so like, now there should be criminal charges. I mean, I don't know, something like that's been going on, but we'll see. Nothing's ever come of it. We've caught numerous issues with our government here, and frankly, they should all be arrested. And that's just not me saying like, oh yeah, politicians and all that stuff. It's mostly just like, yeah, now we have like evidence and shit that, you know, our government should be in jail. So. Yeah, that's. What makes me more upset is that the opposition here, the Conservative Party, they're not all gun ho about this. They're not urging the RCMP to lock up Trudeau and all that stuff. Like that part bothers me. Like, you're supposed to be opposition. You have a fucking slam dunk to fucking destroy the Justin Trudeau, and you're not taking it. Like, fucking why? So that's the part that doesn't make any sense here. It's like we should be forced into an election right now.
Very well.
Yep, sort of like our politicians when like shit happens that's really blatantly obvious, like the election thievery and stuff, and then just nothing changes.
Mm-hmm. In a separate note, let me see if I can pull up the video. Obviously, you can't share it on stream, but I'll explain some of the things I found out. But in the I think it was the 2012 Olympic opening ceremonies. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Back in 2012, there was an opening ceremony, and I think it was in the UK or something. And people were saying that it's kind of strange because it looks like it was predicting the pandemic. Maybe it was a coincidence. I don't know, but essentially there was a bunch of they had these big performers. They had like doctors and nurses dancing while they were like bringing all these beds for like sick people and children and all that.
Wow.
And then these people dressed in black with other things that represent viruses came in from above, and they're doing all these things, and they're chasing the kids and everything else. And then they put this giant Grim Reaper like puppet in the middle, and the Reaper isn't really wielding like a scythe or anything. It's wielding a wand, but if you look closely at the wand, it looks like a fucking needle. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
And then all the kids in these beds and all were wheeled off into the back corner. And then also in the back of the performance, there's this hill like thing with grass and stuff, and you have normal looking people, family, and they're standing on this hill and they're just waving goodbye throughout the entire performance. I thought, this is fucking surreal. And this is back in 2012, and it felt like it was a prediction for the fucking pandemic.
Or a primer.
Exactly.
So
different ways of like distracting and fucking with people,
or just telling you outright what they're doing. Because the other thing I've been looking into is things on Satanism, and the occult, and one of their key tenets is to be out in the open with your plans. And we've heard, and this is conspiracy theories, I guess, but we've been hearing that many people in our political classes are Satanists. And of course, these are all just rumors. But when you think about it, it's like, yeah, they're pretty much out in the open what it is that they're doing. They're just presenting things in a certain way, that way you won't question it. It's like, oh, it was just a joke, or it was just an offhand comment, or it was just an analogy or something. When in fact, oh no, it's the real thing. They're openly saying what they're saying.
Well, like,
and so,
the builder, I feel like globalists lowering population forever.
Wait, what was that, Dayquil?
Yeah. No, I was saying globalists and Satanists. Yeah, it could probably be interchangeable at this point.
Well, they probably are, because they follow the same tenets. I mean, these are people trying to bring about the end of the world. And you think I'm making this shit up, but I mean, it pretty much is. I mean, the other thing that's a big connection was like that whole stuff involving CERN. I know I've mentioned it a few times. I don't know if you guys remember that. You guys know what I'm talking about with CERN?
Yeah, the particle accelerator, or whatever the fuck you call it. Yeah.
The big giant particle accelerator that they're trying to smash atoms together to create new elements and stuff. And this is
black holes.
Well, I mean, we know how atom bombs and how destructive they can be. I mean, this is kind of a big deal as well, especially considering how deep underground it is. Now you would think, oh yeah, if it's deep underground, I mean, yeah, let it go off. It won't affect us. Well, it kind of can. Maybe we shouldn't be doing it deep underground. But anyway, yeah. The other thing about CERN is that if you go up to CERN, they have like facilities and stuff, and they have statues of Shiva, the goddess of destruction. Like, come on. It's Sweden. They also the Indian god. Why they don't have a high Indian population? So why is there a Shiva statue here?
Was it a nod to Oppenheimer? Maybe.
Probably.
After they did the success, the quote of what he said after the first successful testing in the atom bomb, where he quoted the whatever fucking Indian holy book, where he's like, "Now you become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Oh, quote. See, I can believe that. Yes, I can definitely believe that.
Yeah. Again, just throwing it out there. It's a possibility. Who knows? Who knows what these crazy fucking people is up to?
Well, you also have to remember, like, shortly after 9/11, there was like another, what was it, like a giant building. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was the Empire State Building. And there was an artist who did who had these light projections, and it would go onto the building and create these imageries, and they'd have like pictures of forests and animals and other such things. But then they also have like images of Shiva. It was like a blue skin Shiva with like yellow eyes. But Shiva has the two forms. She's considered like death and rebirth. So they'd have the one, so they'd have like the one face up there, and then they have the other face, which is the face of destruction. So she'd have like the black face with the tongue hanging out, and all those kind of things. Like, you think that's a little insensitive to put up just after 9/11? Just after the Twin Towers fell? You think it'd be within poor taste? But they went ahead with it.
I mean, they also were like, hey, let's put a mosque at ground zero, too, like after they fell, so... Yeah, they do something like that.
That was so highly insensitive. I'm surprised New Yorkers didn't rebel after that. It's like, really? Really? You're going to allow that?
Yeah.
The very people who like destroyed the towers, you're going to let them put a mosque in there? That's just a insult to injury. Oh my god, that was so bad. But you're not allowed to say anything about it because otherwise you're a racist. So.
Yeah. That is how that works. I was watching a thing last night. The mayor of Boston, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Boston. But anyways, they put out like a fucking invitation for a Christmas party that was essentially just the elected people of color were invited.
Oh, you fucking serious?
To this Christmas party. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah. And the thing is that whoever sent it out fucked it up and sent it to like everybody on the list instead of just the of color people.
Gee, I wonder if that was a real accident. Like,
mm-hmm.
you know whoever sent that out was like probably one of those people who are like, this is racist as fuck, I'm sending this to everybody. Oops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's funny because the guy who was talking about it, dude, it was funny because the way he did it, he started off saying that it was for the party was. He was like, yeah, no, this email got sent out where it was just for a whites only Christmas party. But it got sent out to everybody, and then like halfway through, he pretends to get a phone call, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got it backwards. It was for just the elected people of color." So I thought it was funny the way he did it because he's, you know. Like, okay, yeah, if this was the opposite, sent out a fucking invitation for just white people Christmas party. Like, how fucked up would that be? And how would that be received? As opposed to a just people of color Christmas party is totally fine.
Yeah,
and,
that's
nobody
insane.
seems to really give a shit.
You gotta love that somebody thought that was okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly okay to be racist to white people. Apparently, that's the only type that's perfectly allowed.
Yeah, you can exclude white people. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But people of color, fuck you.
No, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's so nuts, dude. Like, all that's going to cause is a constant swinging back and forth of fucking whites only, colored only, white colored only, white colored only. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to cause resentments on both sides perpetually. And I don't understand, or maybe they do, and they just want the division. Because again, the powers that be do seem to, you know, employ divide and distract as their primary motive, or you know, primary mode of operations.
By the way, I put the image I was talking about with Shiva there, right after 9/11 on the Empire State Building.
Yeah, very tasteful.
Do you imagine seeing that? Like, if you're in a building and you see that image right outside your window, it's like, how horrifying is that? This is the kind of shit I would expect to see at in a Ghostbusters movie. It's like some sort of fucking evil entity is coming forward to come get you. It's almost apocalyptic.
Yeah, it's like a parody you'd expect it, but no, it's real life.
Yeah, that's real life. God damn it. I almost want to know what building is tall enough on the other side and just write a Ghostbusters parody. It's the kind of thing that sends chills down your back when you think about it. Like, why would you do this?
Yeah. No, that's why I feel sorry for parody sites like The Onion and the fucking Babylon Bee or whatever. It's like, how do you come up with shit that's more absurd than reality nowadays?
I mean, fiction was supposed to be fiction, and we see now that certain groups and people want to try and make it reality.
Well, yeah, you can see that from a lot of the laws, like the shoplifting and stuff. Like that everybody who's trying to steal must be this poor innocent little lost lamb who just needs food. You know, like that's just straight out of a fucking movie. That's not reality. The reality is they're just a bunch of fucking assholes.
Well, the other thing you have to keep in mind is that the 1970s was the last time for free entertainment or legitimate free speech and entertainment on television. because after that, that's like in the 80s is when the censors and stuff started coming in there, and everything had to be approved by the government. Everything on television and everything in the movies had to be approved by the government. So take that, you have to keep that in mind. So then, if you really wanted to be, creative, yet or get your art out there, you have to be really creative in whatever it is you're doing to get past the censors. So you have to remember, a lot of stuff that's been out there is government approved stuff, and not only that, like funding and all that to get your movies made, also had to be approved by the government as well.
Yeah.
So when you take that into account, I mean, a lot of manipulation's been going on for quite a long time.
Also, the people who are in charge have slowly been subverted by China. I think that's the biggest part right now. Is this is essentially all basically a plot from China to fuck our culture, so that we're, dependent on them for all of our manufacturing, dependent on them for all sorts of like money and shit.
She doesn't count.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
you're not wrong. I think.
And they're.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. It's okay. Go for it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Such an asshole.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not an asshole.
Well, no,
Don't worry
I've been saying that for fucking years. I'm like, what if China is the one that's actually insisting on this weird race swapping, fucking, doing all this shit that they would never do in their fucking country. They don't even let black people be on the fucking, movie posters or whatever. Yeah, as a way of subverting, just fucking rotting the fucking culture from within. And paying off all these politicians to push this fucking absurd nonsense. And movie producers and, all that shit.
I think...
it wouldn't be surprising if that... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that the people, if you get all conspiratorial, the people who are like pulling the strings and want to be the big puppet masters and say what's going on, I think that they're trying to pull the strings in different parts of the world. And I think you're right about China, but I also think that China is in themselves also being manipulated and stuff by various different groups. So I don't think China is as smart as we all think they are. I don't think they're.
No, I just think they've bribed all the people who are the best at like rigging the system.
I think. Yeah.
Like it's more like clever than smart. If that makes sense.
I think that they are.
They're really good at being devious and subversive and fucking just shitty in general.
I think China, in many ways, is, but I also think just as many ways that they're also being manipulated. I think that they're being told what to do to try and get their things because they were promised that they would be like a global power. And I think that they went along with it. And part of the reason why I say that about China is because they've had like a very long time of this communist dictatorship that's been going on. And I think a lot of them are not very well educated, and a lot of them really don't know what to do next. I don't think they have a plan to move forward. I think that they want to, but they really have no idea. And I think that whoever has been helping them along to become this superpower, I think they just up and abandoned them. And I think part of the reason for that is because China, they're going away. And I say that because they implemented that whole one-child policy. And so and they have a deep custom of your kids take care of you when you get old.
Yeah.
So but if you have a daughter, if you can only have one kid, well, a son can make more money. So then your son can take care of you. So then they decide we need to have boys, and so they opt for that. If it's a girl, we're going to get aborted and all that kind of stuff. So they have a big problem where they have a big male population and a very small female population, and you don't have replacement numbers, and it's hitting home now because a lot of those people, those older generations, they're in retirement years now. They can't work anymore. The problem with that is that cuts the workforce down to half. All right, and then in another 5-10 years, you're going to get another cut to your workforce. To the point where I even get ads about, have you considered working in China? great living conditions. Yeah.
Oh my God! Do not fucking buy that one.
No, exactly. Well,
They
and I
literally
get
have
that.
the equivalent of company towns, except they're like company factories.
Barrier initialized.
Yep. So
it's
what?
Such a
yeah,
fucking
so
dirty
like,
thing. Like,
well, you're not wrong, but yeah, I get those ads now. Or like, have you considered dating an Asian woman? You know, that kind of stuff. Like, I get those ads now, and so that tells you that they're having a big problem. And like, we already saw something like this similar to Japan, because Japan had this big thing about getting women to join the workforce, and that backfired heavily because their population is in a huge steep decline. They need to focus on having kids. And China is very much the same way. One of the few places that didn't have it was India. They have a shit ton of people there. Lots of population. They have a lot of kids. So, if anything, India is probably going to be a superpower. But I think China's like, they tried to play the long game. They tried to be manipulative and all that stuff. Didn't work out because they didn't focus on what was important and maintaining a population. So, I think China definitely wants to sabotage America because they don't want America to still be the superpower.
Yeah.
Thing is that I think even with all the crap that we're all dealing with, I'm pretty sure that America can bounce back and have more kids. Like, I think there's enough people having sex and having kids that we're going to be just fine. Us here in Canada, not so much. I mean, I need to get my act together and start putting babies and ladies. So.
Yeah, quit fucking around. Start fucking around, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, if I had to say, the big thing is a depopulation thing. We're trying to have fewer and fewer people. That's the general agenda. Henceforth, why they're trying to push transgenderism, feminism, all these other kind of isms that ruin families and ruin lives. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, don't result in viable offspring.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem.
If the men become women, the women become men, and none of them are going to be able to breed.
And the real hard part is like if you start bringing that stuff up, like you can be criminally charged for that. And I thought, why? How? Why can you be criminally charged for just saying the obvious? Which of course doesn't make like you guys hear about the people in charge at like Harvard and was it Princeton? Or those big higher education people? Did you hear about them in Congress the other day? Was it a hearing? No. I don't know. So they brought them in. They started talking about like hate and stuff on campuses. And they asked them like, is Holocaust denial, considered hate speech at Harvard? And then they say, well, we need greater context and all that, but we recognize that as free speech. Like, really? That's not in your hate speech laws? Holocaust denial? Or even like calling for the genocide of Jews, like that, and they say things. It's like, oh, it depends on the context and all that. It's like, really?
Does it? All right.
Does it? It seems pretty cut and dry. That's not good.
We will have peace at any cost.
Just my point of view. I mean, yeah.
Hurry up, there's no time left.
So that's the other thing that's going on in your guys' higher education. It used to be, I have a degree from Harvard. Like, that used to mean something. Now it means nothing.
Yeah, although it's pretty much any college nowadays. People are like, we don't want college graduates anymore. They're fucking insane.
Yeah.
They're fucking overly entitled. They're fucking lazy. Yeah. They used to be you almost had to have any really decent job. Like, you better have a fucking college education.
Oh, dude, I see
like,
people that come out of college where I work, like, fucking functionally illiterate. Like making terrible, incredibly obvious grammar mistakes on basic like writing stuff down and shit. Like can't use punctuation, can't spell. Like,
there are no secrets.
you know, if all you got was high school, sure, you should still have all that down. But like, if you did in college and you can't fucking write stuff properly, like that's insane.
I mean, what always what always gets me is I hear them ask like how many months are there, and can you name all the months? And it's like they can get maybe 5.
Yeah, some really basic shit, dude. Yeah, forget about state capitals, man.
That party was boring.
Fucking the months of the year they can't be bothered to remember, or do basic fucking addition, subtraction, that kind of shit.
Yep. It's fucking.
Yeah, I remember I was working at a fucking restaurant, and I could figure out the fucking taxes in my head, like for whatever amount. And the people I worked with were like amazed that I could do that fairly simple arithmetic in my head.
Like, oh, hey guys, good luck.
Yo,
well, that's good.
Oh, somebody started talking in this stupid Overwatch match. No, why are you talking? Don't ruin it.
That was just like what, maybe 4 or 5 years out of high school.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Well, it's also like, people are trying to win at relationships now. They're not trying to find partners. They're trying to find people they can fuck over. It's like, all right, cool, I guess.
Scorekeepers.
Scorekeepers. Oh god, I hate that. I hate the idea of people keeping score. My last girlfriend was doing that. It's like, oh, I did this for you and this for you, and I'm like,
well, yeah, but it's like they're not even trying to figure out like what would be like a good partnership.
Yeah, it's not a balance. Yeah, they're not looking for balance. They're looking at fucking being on the winning side of the ledger all the time in all situations. Like it's not even. Like, oh, okay, well, I'll do this and do that, whatever. Like, no, I've got to be winning on all of this. Yeah, otherwise, I'm being taken advantage of.
Like, God damn it, we gotta keep score. I can't do it, man. If I'm I'm dating anyone, I'm like, look, sweetheart, we're not keeping score. All right, keep score. You can do that elsewhere.
Yeah, or anybody who regularly feels the need to say, I'm a good person. That's a big red flag.
Well, I'm a good person, but...
Because you know who doesn't say that?
Good people.
Not even but, just, feeling the need to say that they're a good person on any regular basis. Again, in general, genuinely good people don't ever say that out loud. My ex said it a lot. This is where I'm drawing that from.
Yeah.
There. We can protect each other now.
Yeah, it's a red flag for someone that says, "Oh yeah, I'm a good person," or anyone who says like, or has like tattoos and stuff. Like I consider those to be red flags. On guys, not so much because it's like, well, you're a guy. I mean, I expect you to make a bad decision every now and then.
There it is. There's my lighter. God damn it. Sorry. I'm looking for that all fucking show.
I'll be right back.
I ran lock. God damn it. I didn't mean to. Yeah, what else?
What else? I still have to figure out one more meal. Oh, somebody pressed the wrong button.
Switch my earbuddies out. Yes, overnight slumber party with the grand puppy scheduled for tonight. That's always fun. Hopefully this time he does not shit all over my room. That would be an improvement.
That would be, yeah, that would be a bonus. I like it. I like when people don't poop all over my things.
Yeah. I mean, if I have a choice, I mean, definitely put me down for no on that. I would rather not. Yeah, I've had a good chunk of the week, so I've been feeding him a lot. So I hope he's okay. It tends to be when I'm not watching him for 4 or 5 days in a row. Whatever my son's doing or not doing over there.
Yeah.
He's 19. I don't expect too much out of him.
Oh, I do. I'm interested to see going forward what happens with a lot of the vaccine stuff that's going on right now. Because there are multiple countries right now who are going after various different vaccine companies and saying, "Hey, you lied. None of this was safe. None of this was necessary. None of this was effective."
Safety's off.
So I'm interested to see what happens. So are they going to take the money from the companies? Are they going to fuck us all over essentially? And let the companies keep
immunity
it all,
granted them.
Yeah, so it should be interesting to see.
At least in this country.
Should be interesting to see. Well, it hopefully.
Yeah, how it plays out.
Yeah, hopefully it plays out with at the end of the day.
Yes, at the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it fucking plays out where we end up getting the victory and they have to fucking...
Pay up. Although I'd like to see the corporation thing, instead of just, again, the monetary shit, have the people responsible for the actions actually held accountable. That would be fun. That would be encouraging. Again, exceptionally unlikely to happen, but I can dream.
No, kill them. Kill your dreams. Let them die. Kill them if you have to.
It's just gonna lead to disappointment.
Exactly.
Yeah, having expectations is never a good idea.
No.
You have no expectations.
None. Let them die. I'm joking.
There'd be no disappointment.
Exactly. See, now you're thinking.
A little. Yeah.
See, there we go. That's the way it should be. Just pure apathy. Oh boy, this is terrible.
That's the only safe way to go, really.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
if you have any interest in maintaining sanity, I suppose it is the safest way to go. Is to just not give a shit.
Yeah.
Just the straight nihilism.
Yeah.
Straight nihilism. Just stop caring about anything ever again for the rest of your life.
You could. I don't recommend it. There's always something else to like about life.
I'm joking.
We're being so fucking emo here.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna start becoming an emo and cutting myself. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
That works too.
Start listening to some Evanescence or something. Start keeping a journal.
I claim this objective.
Free females. Fucking females. So what else is going on? We talked about conspiracy. Yeah, well, maybe.
Bring up a topic right here at the end for you
I'm
to
trying to
argue.
figure out like what I want to make for dinner on another night. I know. I gotta figure out a good dinner. I'm thinking pot roast. I might go easy pot roast. It's pretty, you know, basic.
Yeah.
That's a pretty safe bet. Pot roast is always
hard to go wrong. I did chicken and dumplings last week, so kind of like the beef version of that.
Yeah, just throw all the shit in the crock pot, dude. Let it cook for several hours.
Exactly
Bam.
my thought. Exactly what I was fucking thinking. I was like, it's gonna be really easy. Cut up some carrots and potatoes, throw them in the crock pot, fucking walk away.
That's the beauty of crock pots. Well, we were just having a conversation about crock pots earlier, and yeah, it's just like just quick and easy when because it's gonna be fucking cold out.
Oh, this bitch got me all excited the other night at work. She was like telling me like, oh yeah, Walmart's selling this like 5-gallon crock pot for like $30, and I was like, 5-gallon crock pot? Holy shit, there's nothing I couldn't make with a 5-gallon crock pot. You know what I mean? Like, that would be awesome. You could make, because you can still do smaller meals, you just don't fill it as full. But with 5-gallon capacity, that'd be a lot of fucking meal. You could make a lot of fucking meals. You could cook several meals at once worth of something, and then like fucking freeze a whole bunch of it for later, and have like family dinners for like 4 or 5 nights out of one crock pot full easily. You know, but like, no, it wasn't real. I looked and there was none. I don't think they even make a 5-gallon crock pot.
Hopes up like that.
Stupid bitch. Fucking hate you.
God damn her.
Got your hopes up.
Yeah, I would have been. I was like sitting there with like, you know, visions of sugar plum fairies essentially, but just crock pots instead of, you know, Christmas stuff. Oh, that do be how it go. Although it does bring us to roughly, you know, the normal time we normally bring it to a close. Since we're pretty much out of topics
so again,
anyway.
one of you two throw out a topic.
Yeah.
Come on, quickly throw out a topic that you can argue about for 15 minutes like last time.
Well, for about...
I don't even remember what the topic was.
I don't do either.
Just had a look here on Amazon for a 5-gallon crock pot going for like $184. So.
Oh, there is a 5-gallon one, really?
Yeah, it's a couple $100, but yeah, you can get one.
That's pretty fucking cool. I might look into that. It might be worth it.
Maybe. It just, I don't know. Just Walmart probably would. Well, maybe Walmart would carry one.
Well, I'm thinking a 5-gallon crock pot, you could do like a whole turkey.
Yeah.
In a crock pot. You know, there's a lot you could do.
Yeah, my mom cooked it, and well, it was only like a 13-pound turkey, but yeah, she actually cooked that in the crock pot for Thanksgiving.
I bet that
which was
came
nice
out
because
really good.
Her any other time she's cooked it, so yeah, it was
Not
definitely
so
nice. I mean, not dry, super fucking dry turkey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, where the cranberry sauce is an absolute necessity, where you're never gonna choke it down.
Yeah, gravy, a lot of fucking gravy.
or gravy, one of the two. Yeah. All right. Well, let's roll. If anybody.